All right, I'm gonna go ahead and believe that we are now streaming. Go ahead and give everybody a great big Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
All right, so I greatly appreciate y'all for joining me here today. We've been on for a little bit, so all praise to the Most High Yah. Gone over a lot. I did want to go live for the rest of you guys and go over some things. We're going to be in the book of Tobit, read a couple more chapters, and then go over some more information. Key thing about today's lesson in fellowship is about solutions. We're going to be going through some things in the scripture and how we can apply it to our life and the importance of those things. But also we'll be getting into the need that in light of the situation that we find ourselves in today, we truly do need to come up with a plan of action and solutions. Just sitting up talking about the problems that we face as a community is not going to help us none. I'm gonna break this up into a couple segments. We won't be on here too long. So I have to be very concise and quick. But I definitely want to go over some things, and my hope is that the Most High will provoke you in your own way, in your own daily life, to be about making a positive change for yourself, for your family, and for the house of Israel, because we all have to work together to that common end. Okay, so let me pray us in. Ima Gillard, I know you had a testimony, and if anyone else has a testimony, a true testimony, then you can go ahead and raise your hand to share a testimony as well. And then we're going to jump right into the scriptures. All right, so let me go ahead and pray right now. Let me give you guys a second to get prepared. And then we're going to go ahead and jump right in. All right, so Abba Yah, thank you for this time that my brothers and sisters and I have this opportunity to fellowship, to come together before your throne of grace, mercy, and judgment. We thank you for the breath of life and all that you're doing in and through our lives. I lift up, again, each and every person this day and their families, their households, everyone that's listening to the sound of my voice right now. I lift them up and their families to you right now, and ask for your hand of shalom, peace, and blessings to be upon them. If there's anyone that's in need of healing in their mind, body, soul, or spirit, I pray for shalom to be upon them. I pray for total healing to be upon them. I pray for restoration to be upon them. I pray for the calmness that comes by the spirit of your word to be upon them. And again, I thank you. I lift up their health and their provision. I lift up, again, their clarity of mind and focus. I come against all distractions that may try to come against us and get us away from the spirit of your word. And we are in full submission to you and your word. And we humbly come before your throne of grace. We thank you for the sacrifice of your dear son, that you loved us so much that you gave up your only begotten son on our behalf. And Yahushua, we thank you for that sacrifice and your obedience, and for setting the example as the word of Yah in our lives. You are the true word of Yah. You are Mashiach. You are the anointed, and you are the example, the standard. And we thank you for your intercession for us on our behalf, that even as we strive for righteousness according to your example and your word, you intercede on our behalf. So we thank you. And I pray this now in the name above every name, your name, the name Yahushua HaMashiach. Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. Ima Gillard, go ahead. I know you had a testimony you wanted to give. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm gonna make it as quick as possible.
You don't have to make it. You don't have to make it quick. I don't want you to rush and you miss. I mean, don't be sitting for like 30 minutes, but you're good. Don't feel like you got to cut back.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank y'all for his blessings and for his joy. On June the 22nd, the Most High had me to get up and pray, and the Spirit came in this house like a mighty wind. And I asked y'all, what are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to show me? And I continued to pray and went back to bed. And last 2 days ago, my grandson called me. He said, Granny, I forgot to tell you. I said, what did you forget to tell me? He said, he was getting up. He was about 6. He was supposed to be at work at 7. And he usually drive. But what he did was he took the lift.
Mm-hmm.
And he said before he entered the car, it came to him to turn on his phone, Psalms 3. So he did. And as he entered into the car, he said, Granny, my spirit, something happened. He says, it's a strange spirit in this car. He said, it was a strange spirit in the car. I said, well, what? When he went entered the car, he spoke to the driver, and the driver was very arrogant. So he put the phone back in his ear, and he continued to listen to the song.
Mm-hmm.
And he noticed that the driver had gotten off of the exit where he was supposed to go to work. And he asked him, he said, where are you going? And the driver said, but I need to go this way. He said, this is the way I am supposed to go to work. And when he said that, he said he was an Arab. The driver got on the phone and was talking to someone else in his language. And he kept driving. And all of a sudden, he told that man, he said, let me out of this car. He said, why do you want to get? He said, let me out of the car now, because if you do not let me out of the car, I will jump out. And he kept saying, he said, I want to get out of the car. And he finally let him out. But I just think, y'all, that he showed me, if I had not gotten up and did what y'all said, my grandson would have been either his head would have been gone. And he said, Grandma, he said, here in Dallas, it has gotten worse that our Hebrew children are being abducted for body harvesting. And I told him, I said, you continue to trust Yah. Continue to do what he says. And I just want to thank him for saving my grandson's life. And I was saints, love your children, watch over your children, seek Yah. Whenever he tell you to do something, do it quick, because you could be saving your life and theirs also.
Amen. Amen. Well, hey,
Wow.
I'm gonna give a hand clap to Yah. All praise to the Most High Yah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All praise to the Most High Yah. It's serious out here, fam. That is a serious testimony. It's a
Wow.
serious situation.
Yes.
I thank you for that testimony. That is something that, number one, obedience, right? Obedience is key.
Yes.
So I greatly appreciate you. I know your grandchild appreciates you as well, being obedient. You know, we are in trying times, and this is something that's very serious. Human trafficking, sex trafficking, organ harvesting, all that stuff is real. It's happening all around you.
It is.
It really is happening. So, you know, we have to be mindful about the behavior of these other nations, these wicked folks. Like all level of wickedness is out here in these streets right now. So this is what I'll say like this. Whereas before you may have been considered paranoid 20, 30, 40 years ago, it's not the same no more. Like, it's not the same no more. You as a husband, you should be a covering for your wife and for your children. I don't care if it's your daughter's 18 years old, 19 years old. You be a covering for your child. Okay.
Yes.
Don't let them go. I'm telling you right now, you don't agree with it or not. Don't let them go to the gas station pumping gas by themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to say this. I'm not trying to be whatever, but this is as the spirit flows through me on this. There's folks that mom asked you to go to the grocery store with them and you said no, because you know you're young and you want to stay up in the house and lay up in the bed and watch TV, okay, and your mama didn't come back. That's a true story for real.
Yes.
Your mama said, come on, go to the store with me, and you gave an attitude and say, I don't want to go, and your mama didn't come back.
It's true.
I need y'all to understand that really is happening right now in this country, where women are going to the grocery store, they're going to school, they're going for a jog down the block, and they're not coming back. Now,
Right.
the sick and sad thing about it is that oftentimes, because of the level of the wickedness, those that should be preventing are involved. In many cases, you got, I'm not trying to throw whatever at these folks, because there's some good folks up in these places, some of them, but sometimes law enforcement be involved in these kidnappings.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And 100%. Like, come on, fam. Let's, like, I know it's uncomfortable for most. I just, through my past experience, I've been aware of these type of things. And this is what it comes down to. You have wickedness out there that if you hood, if you gangster, if you mafioso, if you live in that criminal lifestyle, the place you think will be the last place one of those types of folks would want to be is where they're going to want to be. Meaning, if you're in a mob, you're a mafia, you gangster, even thug life living, you don't think they tell, hey, I want you to join the police department?
Mm-hmm.
You from the hood, you from the block, and now you Officer Johnson.
Well, in the police department, they exposed that they had lots of gangs within the police department.
Hold on, Timothy. Yes, that's absolutely true.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you do have a situation where a lot of gangs and mafia and mob and even hate groups, white nationalist groups, will infiltrate law enforcement. They will infiltrate the police. They'll infiltrate FBI. They're going to infiltrate all these places. You got folks that are on some child sex trafficking jank, and they run an orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
They are part of CPS. A lot like, okay, I'm not gonna go too deep. I'll break this down real quick. I'm gonna break this down. There was a story. It was a horrible story, and the story was essentially there was a family. I think it was like a family of 8, roughly, approximately a family of 8. Their mother and father were abusing them. Their mother and father was seriously abusing them, and one of the children ended up actually escaping.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ended up getting help and assistance, and then law enforcement came in, swooped in, and they pulled the children from that home, the mother and father's white family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what ended up happening was that family of 8 was put in foster care with a Mexican family, only for that Mexican family to sexually abuse and violate them folks after they got saved. That is one of the worst stories I've heard in all my life. That you already were born and raised in an environment, in a situation where your own mother and father had abused you and mistreated you and had you locked away, and you malnourished, and all kind of jank was going on, only for you to, risk your life and escape and run away and try to get help. And in the help, you were brought back into an even worse situation where all of the family members were raped and violated and molested by this Mexican family, who were quote unquote foster parents. So I'm gonna bring this back on this. Solution, truth be told, many of us, myself included, likely need to see about getting a foster license so that we can righteously be there for our own children, because oftentimes our children are the ones that are plucked up and sent off to be in foster care with other folks, and they're mistreated and they're abused. And I'm the kind of person, and I feel like as a people, we're the kind of people that we love everybody. We're not a hateful people. We don't move and operate like that. And we generally got all the smoke for wicked folks, even amongst our own, right? And I've seen where I've seen a sister, sadly, an older sister back in the day, that was a foster parent to some white kids, and she was mistreating them white kids. we came for that woman. That's a child. Don't treat that child like that. Don't be abusing that child and mistreating, being mean as hell. Like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We stand for righteousness no matter what, no matter who it is. You don't mistreat a child. That child didn't do nothing to you, and that child didn't ask to be here, and that child likely didn't ask to be put under your care. So don't be mistreating that child, right? And it's no different than, like, real talk. It transcends every culture, every ethnic group, right? You don't mistreat children. You don't abuse children like that. But sadly, that type of stuff is happening. So we need to be aware of those things. So Emma Gillard, I greatly appreciate you sharing your testimony, and all praise to the Most High Yah for you having discernment, for you being able to not only hear, but then you being willing to obey, and to also the covering for your grandson, because I've never experienced it, not in my family like that, and I pray I never do, but I can't imagine what goes through a person's mind when you lose your child or a grandchild, because that's an extension of you, and you would want, like, you to go over your children or grandchildren. You want them to grow and to live and survive and thrive and to overcome. You ain't trying to outlive your own children or grandchildren.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And sadly, we have situations where our children are being harmed. So we have to watch out and look out. All right. Let's go ahead and get in the script. We're going to be in Tobit, and I believe it's chapter 5. And we're going to jump right into this. And then we're going to talk about some issues. I will be, like I said, breaking this up into 2 different areas. I'm muting everybody so that we don't have no interruptions. And let's get right into this. So we're in chapter 5, book of Tobit, and you can go look at the previous lesson in regards to the instructions that was given. Let me see what's going on. All right. If you're not talking, please mute yourself so we don't have no feedback or interruptions. At the appropriate time, you'll be able to go ahead and chime back in. All right. We're in chapter 5, and this is on that trip to Media Persia. All right. Shout out to those of you that are watching online on YouTube or on Twitter. Before I do jump right in, I will go ahead and give an update. I can't talk too much right now. Okay. So I'll do a separate video kind of giving everybody a full update. But all praise to the Most High Yah. First and foremost, thank you to all of you that have been praying for me and supporting me during the situation that I've been having with this attack against our platform. There's a lot that's gone into the situation. Your prayers and your support has helped and enabled me to be able to fight to get our platform back. And I'm in the process of moving everything over so we don't have the challenges that we had happen again. Special thanks and shout out goes to the African Israelite Justice Foundation. My dear brother B'nai Israel is the president of that organization, and you best believe we had some serious conversations, and we had some legal stuff jumping to be able to let these folks know what time it was. And so that's why I'm proud to say that as of right now, if you were to go to HebrewConnect.com right now, we're back online. We are back live. So all praise to the Most High Yah. This is about doing that work. This is about doing that work. And I'm greatly appreciative of your prayers, because I tell you, it was try to be transparent, but not being too transparent. But, it's upsetting because I'm always working and I'm always looking for and towards solutions. Some of you know what I work on, and some of y'all don't. Most of y'all don't. You know what I mean? There's things, like I said, by the time I really let y'all know what's really popping and jumping, it's already done. I'm not a talker. I don't just talk about what I'm going to do. I do it, and then I talk to you guys about it. And so for me, looking to roll out certain programs and things and to have that interrupted the way it's been tried to be interrupted was frustrating, and it threw me off a little bit. But the Most High is able and is able to really, show himself strong, right? And so what I'll say is this, if I was supposed to connect with you, whether it be like a phone call or reply via email message or something like that, I will get back to you. I will get to you. It's just obviously the past week, 7 to 10 days has been a lot of turmoil, but we're back active again. I do got to reiterate something to everybody again. Like I mentioned the first time, there's nothing wrong with the platform itself. It's safe, it's secure, all the data information. There was no hacking. There was nothing funny going on when it comes to HebrewConnect. The issue simply was haters trying to essentially disconnect the domain name from our platform. There was nothing wrong with the platform. It's just a matter of haters that were trying to slander the name and reputation of HebrewConnect. And so that's what the situation was about. There's nothing wrong. So don't be, I had somebody, and don't feel bad because you know who you are. I'm not gonna mention your name, but I had somebody be like, is it safe? Is it safe here? Is it safe to use the platform? I'm like, it's always been safe to use the platform. Nothing wrong with the platform. It was just a matter of haters, right? Slandering our name to our domain register who don't got no say in regards to our hosting. But they disconnected us from being able to use the name HebrewConnect.com in association with our platform. So everything's good now. There's still a ways to go in this fight. That's why I can't go too in depth over everything. But I do want to give thanks and praise to the Most High Yah and Yahushua his son. I want to give thanks to all of you that kept us in prayer, kept me and my family in prayer, sending help and assistance to fight this thing. Because we need platforms like HebrewConnect to be able to communicate and fellowship, especially when you got who out here doing the most on platforms like Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. If you don't say the right things, if you don't agree with the ideologies they want you to agree with, then they want to block you, ban you, shadow ban you, or restrict your reach so that legally they can say, well, we're not really like prejudiced against you or harming you. We're just limiting your reach. That's the reason I would say that's the reason why, if you look at my channel right now, realistically, I know the numbers are higher than they show. But if you look at my content, you will see that on average, YouTube, for instance, has restricted my reach to receive no more than 1,200 views, 1,300 views, 1,400 views, maybe 1,500 or 1,600 views. How is it I have 20,000 subscribers on YouTube? I go live, in which is supposed to push out notifications to my 20,000 subscribers, and I'm only receiving 1,100 views, and it caps off as if it's not going to be found any other way. And you got to understand, regardless of what you see, it's about what everyone else sees, because you can see one thing, everyone else sees something else, which is the reason why the reality is that the internet has become a curated place where you are shown what they want you to see, not what's necessarily fully available, right? If they don't want you to see a certain thing, you won't see a certain thing, even though it's true and even though it's available. So just be aware and understand that, okay? So I greatly appreciate everybody. I want to let you guys know that, all right? So let's jump right into this. We are in Tobit chapter 5. It goes on to say this: Tobiah said to his father Tobit, I'll do everything that you told me, but how can I get the money from Gabael? He doesn't know me and I don't know him. What kind of identification can I give him to prove who I am so that he'll believe me and give me the money? Besides, I don't even know what road to take to get to Media Persia. All right. And so in regards to this, again, kind of briefly recapping, this is a situation where you have Tobit, the father. They're both named Tobit, really, Toby. You have Tobit, the father, that basically is looking at his life, looking at a situation, recognizes that he feels like I'm about to die soon. My health is not that great, but let me impart to my child before I die. Let me also secure my family before I pass. So one of the lessons that we learned from the previous lesson was that as a righteous man of Yah that's guarding your family, you want to provide for your family. Even in the foreseeing of your death, you want to make sure you secure your family. And so Tobit recognized that he has some money laid up with a relative. And so before he dies, he wants his son to send his son to go and retrieve that money so that his son and his wife, be it Tobias's mother, would be able to sustain themselves after his death. This whole journey is based off that, right? So Tobit answers, said, 20 years ago, when I deposited the money, Gabael and I divided the receipt between the two of us. Each of us has one half of the receipt, and I left his half with the money. Son, find a man you can trust to go with. We'll pay him when you return. Just get the money back from Gabael. So Tobit left to find someone who knew the way to Media Persia and who would go with him. Soon after he left the house, he met the angel Raphael. Does anybody know what Raphael stands for, what the name means in Hebrew, Raphael? Anyone? Somebody get a shot. Say again?
Does it mean healing?
No question, but rephrase it and give me more.
It means healing.
What else? There's an extension to that you're missing. Raphael.
Healed by God.
Or, I like it, or what?
Healed by Yahuwah.
I like it.
Yahuwah heals.
Yahuwah heals, or healed by Yah, or healed by that our power, right? Because we're talking about El, Raphael, right? Not Raphael, right? So we know our El is Yah, but literally it's Raphael, right? So there's a shift within our culture where you're going to see El and then you're going to see Yah within the names of the people, right? Yes. But yeah, Raphael is in regards to the healing power of Yah, right? Yah heals. Our power heals, right? So that's the function also of this Malachim, right? So Raphael, who was standing in front of him, but Tobias didn't realize Raphael was one of Elohim's angels. So Tobias asked him, "Where are you from, young man?" Raphael answered, "I'm an Israelite and a relative of yours. I've come here to find work." Now, in that deep, even throughout the scriptures, you're told you may be entertaining angels unaware. This is an actual example of that situation. And I can attest in my own life, I've encountered people from my childhood that when I look back and reflect, I'm like, yeah, that was definitely a Malachim. Because it generally be like, where'd they come from and where'd they go? They just kind of popped on the scene and was like there for you for a minute or give you some little push and a nudge, and then they're gone. And then like, did you see that person? It's like, what person? Right? So it happens. Right? So Raphael says, I'm an Israelite and a relative of yours. I've come here to find work. Tobias asks him, do you know the way to Media? Raphael goes on to say, yes, I've been there many times. I know the way there and all the roads. I've often traveled to Media. I used to stay with one of our relatives, Gabael. Ain't that convenient? He lives in the city of Rages in Media. The trip from the city of Ecbatana to Rages takes about 2 days because Rages is located in the mountains and Ecbatana is in the middle of the plain. Then Tobias said to Raphael, wait for me while I go into the house and tell my father, I want you to go to Media with me and I'll pay you. Raphael replied, all right, I'll wait for you, but don't take too long. So Tobias went into the house and told his father, I've just met a man who's an Israelite and a relative of ours. His father replied, invite the man in. I want to find out about this family, what tribe he's from, and if I can trust him to go with you. All right, fam, let's talk for a minute. What's happening here? You tell me, in your own words, why does Tobit want to meet this man?
So he could properly vet who his son might potentially go on this journey with, to make sure that he's a legit human being with some standards.
With some standards. Anybody else?
And also, he probably is blessed with the gift of discernment that he can easily pick up if he's walking with Yahuwah.
I love it.
And also make sure that he's a man of Yah.
I love it. I love it. Anybody else?
You're making sure he never get robbed.
Listen, fam. Come on, brother Mike.
Yeah, he don't want his son with no crooks.
Come on, brother Mike.
So we can know who his son is hanging around?
Listen. I don't think we recognize the depth of this. Right? Because I think part of the issue is we're too busy living and we're too busy slaving on a job in Babylon. Okay. I don't think we recognize the importance, and I mean the fullness of that word, importance, of our children. Like, for real. This is my son. This is my legacy. Like, so for young folks, if you wonder why your parents open your business, okay, you don't got no business. You are their business. That's they want to know where you going, who you hanging out with, how long you gonna be there. Tell the truth, right? It was real talk. Like, we saw the story when it comes to Isaac, right? Abraham, Sarah, and Isaac. Sarah was sick to her stomach. Where's my son going? Where are you taking my son? He can't go nowhere, right? And it wasn't that he was just on lockdown like that for real, but it's like, understand you are the legacy of your family. You are of importance. You are of value. So I don't care if a person has 1 child, 2 children, 5 children. You're precious in the sight of your parents. At least it used to be that way. Okay? So he's looking at this like, listen, I'm out to preserve my child, right? Bring this man in, let me meet him. What did he say? He broke it down and said, hey, I want to see. Invite the man in. I want to find out about his family, fam. I want to listen. The very first thing he said, who's your family? I want to find out about his family, what tribe he's from. That's deep, fam. Hey, who's your folks? And who's your family?
Right.
I want to know what? if I could trust him to go with you. AKA Brother Mike said, I want you getting robbed. That's deep, fam.
Right, right.
This is also why it's like, who is it? You can't go over there then. Who's going to be there? No, you can't go. Because the reputation of that person, the reputation of that family precedes them. Just the mention of that family's name lets you know, oh, we know what type of people those people are. It's not even trying to be prejudiced like that. It's, we know you by your fruit.
Yes.
Like, real talk, some of y'all know, some of y'all that are older, you had a situation where you was out there playing, you a little kid, and there'll be folks that be like, oh, come on over to the house. And you will go and tell your mom and dad, oh, so-and-so's mom invited me over to the house. And what did your parents say? No, you can't go over there. Because there's a history you don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
You blind and slow and don't know
Yep.
nothing. But your
Yeah.
mama and your daddy and your uncles and your aunties know, no, you can't go over there. There's some bad blood between our families, and essentially our enemies have invited our child to their house. And they don't got no good intentions. Right? You gotta use discernment. So let's keep moving. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So Tobias went outside, invited Raphael to come in the house. He said, my father has invited you to come in. So Raphael went into the house to meet Tobias's father. Tobit greeted him first. Then Raphael replied, a very good day to you, sir. But Tobit responded, how can I have a good day? I've lost my eyesight. I can't see no more. Instead, I lie in darkness like those who are dead and can no longer see. Although I'm still alive, I'm as good as dead. I can hear people talking, but I can't see them. But the young man said, cheer up. Oluwa is going to heal you soon, so cheer up. Tobit said to him, my son Tobias wants to go to Media. Can you go with him as his guide? I'll pay you, my friend. The young man answered, I can go with him, and I know how to get there. I've often gone to Media and crossed all its plains. I'm familiar with its mountains and all of its roads. Then Tobias asked him, my friend, tell me, what family and tribe you come from? The young man replied, why do you want to know my tribe? Tobit answered, my friend, I want to make sure whose son you are and what your name is. Hey, fam, listen, if you ever need to recognize, okay, these are some Hebrew Israelites, these are black folks, that line right there lets you know 1,000% that's a black man right there. That's a Negro for real.
For real.
If you was ever wondering and debating in yourself, like, I don't know, are they us or not? That line right there lets you know right there. Real talk. He said, nah, man, I want to know whose son are you and what your name is. The young said, my name is Azariah. I'm the son of the older Hananiah, one of your relatives. Then Tobit said to him, check this out. Then Tobit said to him, welcome. Bam. He said, may Oluwa keep you safe and protect you, my friend. Don't be upset with me for wanting to be sure about your family's background. Family's background. You are a relative who is from a good and honorable family. Do y'all see that? I knew, come on, fam, feel it, get it all in, let the juice soak in, right? I knew Hananiah and Nathan, the two sons of the older Shemaliah. They used to go with me to Jerusalem and worship with me there. Nothing could ever make them unfaithful to Oluwa. Your relatives are good people and you come from a good background. You are certainly welcome here. Come on, fam. Then Tobit added, I'll pay both of you a regular. Now you're going to pay his son. He's so happy he's going to pay the man and his son. I'll pay both of you a regular day's wage plus expenses. So go with my son. I'll even give you a bonus in addition to your wages. Why do you think he did that? What happened? What shifted?
Yes.
Why did Tobit all of a sudden he turn around? He's like, I got you.
That's his kin.
Huh?
That's his kin. That's fam.
That's
Yeah.
his fam, right?
Yeah.
What else y'all got?
His
He's like-
the friend's family has a trustworthy reputation.
Right? What else you see there? Come on, talk to me.
He's like, you my folks. I'm gonna take care of you. I'll make sure you don't want for nothing on this trip.
You feel at peace about it too. That makes you happy when you feel at peace about something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this just goes to show the importance of having a good name, right? That the name, and let me ask you a question real quick. In your own words, give me a definition or definitions of a name. What does a name connotate about something or someone? What does a name do?
Character.
Character.
Your character.
Give me more. What does that mean, character? Because some folks hear that word and don't know what that means. What does that mean, character?
It shows who you truly are as a person.
How you get down, how you function, how you think, what you value.
I like it. What else we got?
And what you believe in.
Their
What you believe in?
disposition and morals.
Disposition,
integrity.
morals, integrity, right? What we can expect from you, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I wanted to say, highlight this. Your name ties back to all those different attributes that make you you.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you hear that name, there's a certain association tied to that name. So when people hear your specific name, they may or may not know about your character, reputation, your integrity, your morals, your this, and the third. When they hear the name of your family, if they know of your family, they're able to tie in, I know all the brothers and sisters in that family. I know your mama, I know your daddy, I know your aunties, your uncles, I know your nephew, your nieces. Tobit was like, your folks is good. You come from a good, what happened? Tobit goes, I used to go to Jerusalem with your kinfolk, and we used to praise and worship the Most High Yah together. So a flood of emotions, a flood of information of what makes that family who they are came rushing in. And he said, I got you, fam. I'm so happy and excited. Now, listen, I'm going to pay both of y'all wages. And in fact, when you come back, I'm going to give you a bonus on top. Simply because he was tied to a righteous family line. He said, hey, forgive me. I know it's kind of, maybe a little forward, but I need to know who I'm sending my son with. I need to know what kind of folks you are and the name of your family. Because I'm not going to send my son, my legacy, with a thug, with a criminal, with someone that has a family tie to some thuggins. No, you can't go with them. You can't go with him, right? But because he came from a righteous family, he said, no, you good. And I got the expenses. I got it covered. You straight. It's all good, right? So he was excited. May Oluwa bless you, my friend, right? Then Tobit said to his son, pack what you need for the trip. Leave with your friend. May Oluwa in heaven bring you there and back safely. May one of Oluwa's angels go with both of you to keep you both safe. Before Tobias left to go to media, he kissed his father and mother goodbye. He kissed his father and mother goodbye. Okay? I'm highlighting that because some of y'all don't recognize that every time you step out that door, you may not see your loved one again. Stop taking it and don't take it for granted that, oh, I'm just going to the store, or I'm just going to school, or I'm gonna go down the road and pick up something at the grocery store and come on back. And you don't properly send your mother, your father, or your sister, your brother, or your son or daughter off properly. Or you letting them leave angry because you got unresolved issues. Don't do that. He kissed his mother and father goodbye. Tobit, his father, wished him a safe trip. But Anna, his mother, began to cry. She said to Tobit, how can you send my son away? Hasn't he always taken care of us? Money isn't everything. For our son's sake, forget about the money. We should be content with the life Yah has given us. But Tobit said to her, don't talk like that. Our son will get there and back with no problem. You'll see, and he'll come back safe and sound. So don't talk like that. Don't worry, my dear. One of Oluwa's angels will go with him, and he'll have a successful trip and return safe and sound. And then Anna stopped crying. All right. And that's awesome.
Yes. This reminds me of Exodus 20 and 12, where it says, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the earth, which Yah, thy Elohim, giveth thee. He honored his parents.
It's amazing. It's amazing. The premise of this whole story, we're going to keep going into this in the future, but the premise of this whole story is the fact that, you know, trust the Most High Yah.
Yes.
Put your trust and faith into him and don't waver, right? But also on top of that, it goes into the nature of a people, their character, and the importance of relationship, right? Listen, Tobit the father was so deeply invested that before he would authorize his son to even go on a journey with his other man, he wanted to find out who he was, right? What tribe you from? Tell me about your family before I authorize you to go with my son anywhere, or my son to go with you. How much more do you think he needs to know about the family of the wife he's trying to marry into? Come on, fam. A lot of us has been sitting here, oh, she looked good, oh, he looked good, oh, she smelled good, or she fine. And you jumping around and jumping into bed with folks. You don't know nothing about nothing. You don't know their name. You don't know where their family come from. You don't know what nature of people they are. You don't know nothing. But you laid up. You laid up with this person. You got a baby with this person, and you know nothing about the character and nature of this woman or this man. I will tell you that it's important for us in this day and age, especially in this era of complete lawlessness. It's important for us to restore proper family values. We're going through this right now, but the main thing is we have to restore proper family values. I'm going to highlight some of the issues that we're dealing with as Israel, but I also want to deal with solutions. And I'm going to tell you right now, we have to be more proactive, and we have to be more purposeful is the word I'm looking for in regards to how we do things, which means it's important for us to get a tally and understanding of who we are, who you are, right? Who I am, who each other are, because like for instance, I have a 15-year-old daughter. You best believe I'm looking to associate with a righteous family that prayerfully they have a son that is also of the same nature and character of their family, of righteousness, that I could introduce my daughter to. My job as a father is to raise up my daughter, and it's also my job to cover my daughter and then bless my daughter in giving her hand in marriage to a righteous man.
Yes, yes.
Not thuggins from the club. I don't know who too many folks that it's gonna go too well meeting your partner at the bar, man. After a one-night fling, right?
Right.
And I don't care what folks talking about. The proof is in the pudding. Look at the nature of our relationships. Look at the nature of our culture and what's happened over the years. What's been produced. We not been doing too good. Like, why are there so many men of Israel unmarried with no children? And then you have so many that are married, got children and side pieces and everything else on the side, everything else too. Okay. Why do we have so many women within Israel with so many different quote unquote baby daddies? That's a problem. There's a problem in our selection. There's a problem. There's something wrong. I will say this. The compass, and some of y'all will not agree with this, the compass with us as Israel has been compromised. I know that by experience, and you've seen this, and I've said this before too, in our modern state of affairs, for men and women, but I've definitely seen this more with women. Between the ages of 18 and 24, you don't know who you are. You're trying to figure yourself out. But what I will say is this. I believe part of that problem is because of lawlessness within our families and also lack of proper parenting within the home. So don't get in your feelings about this, because we've all had to do what we got to do to survive, right? And many of us didn't know no better. But how many parents do I have on here right now? I don't care how old the children are right now, but how many parents do we have on here right now?
I am.
Okay.
All right, so we got Debbie, we got Marianne, and we got Emma Gillard. The rest of y'all just sleep.
You got Ima Marie.
All right, Emma Marie too, right?
I
We got
do.
Nubian. All right. So let's be real about this, okay? Let's look back. Let's look back. Let's look at a regular day. Let's look at a regular day. Between the hours of 5 a.m. and 9 p.m., how much time do you think you actually spend with your child? When we talk about nursing, we're talking about, let's say, toddler, kindergarten, first grade, up to whatever. Right? How much time do you actually spend with your child? That's a full day, fam. How much time do you think you actually spend with your child?
So I'm lucky, 3, maybe 4 hours.
What she said?
Oh,
She
we
said,
done
if
answered
I'm
that?
lucky, 3, maybe 4 hours a day. Monday through Friday, let's keep it right there. Monday through Friday, you may see your child 3 to 4 hours if you're lucky. What does that time include? That basically is wake up, grab your lunch pail, grab a sandwich or something, a breakfast sandwich or something, whatever, eat bowl cereal or something like that, and go to daycare or go to school. And then you work and slave all day long all day long, fam. All day long. Maybe you get home because you got traffic too, right? You got to go to work and come back. So you got traffic in there too, right? So you may see your son or daughter maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the evening, 5:30, depending on where you at, 6 p.m. And then what? Did you do your homework? Go eat. Go take a bath. Go sleep. And you've done that for years. Fam. You've done that for years. And then the weekend comes, and this is not all parents, so don't, I ain't coming for all parents, but this is for many. The weekend comes around, guess what? You may have to work on the Sabbath. You may have to work on Saturday. Because let's be real about it. What type of jobs do Hebrews usually get in America? Honestly, talk to me, fam. Look up. What type of jobs do we usually have in America?
Lower tier jobs?
Say it again, Janaya.
Lower tier jobs?
Lower what?
Tier.
Lower tier jobs? Okay, like what?
Medical field?
That's not too low tier, but you got medical.
Yes.
For women, particularly. What else we got, Debbie?
Domestic, like you cleaning up Edomites' home or watching their children.
So homekeeping in some cases. Retail. A lot of retail.
Clerical.
Housekeeping.
Right?
Factory.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is that in many cases, you're required to work on a Saturday.
Yes.
Or you might be required to come in on a Sunday. Right? So the bottom line is this: because of the culture in America, the slave culture, okay, many of our people rarely get a chance to spend quality time with their children. Let's be real about it. You're not going to see too many parents, mother and father, going on school trips.
Right.
You got the other nations, their mama is going on a school trip, a field trip, but your mama ain't going. Why is your mama not going? Because she got to work. Why is your daddy not going? You may not have no daddy, or your daddy may not be there.
Mm-hmm.
Or he got to work. Or he may be there from time to time if you're really lucky. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is that's our situation. We spend so much time slaving on a 9-to-5 job as grown men and women, slaving, that we've never really had an opportunity to nurture, train up, and develop our own children. So you've done that to your child 15, 16 years old, and now they done hit puberty, and now they smell themselves and flexing and think they grown and fantasizing in their mind, I can't wait to get out this house. I can't wait to get on my own. And then at 18 years old, and looking to rush off and get into these Hebrew streets, have they been trained up in life on how to sustain themselves and provide for themselves and make wise decisions for themselves? Realistically, no. Not on the level they should. Do you understand that? Now, how many times have we heard 12-year-olds getting pregnant? Come on, fam.
Many times.
Talk to me, fam.
Yes, many times.
12-year-olds getting pregnant.
Friend just got a baby.
13-year-olds getting pregnant.
Yes.
14-year-olds getting pregnant. 15-year-olds getting pregnant. That's sick, fam.
Very.
16-year-olds getting pregnant. Fam, let's think about, I know it's hard, fam. I know it's hard.
Yes.
Come on, fam. Go there with me. You 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old getting pregnant.
And you know,
A lot. I've heard of it a lot, especially in the South.
You shouldn't even know what that is at 12 years old.
My daughter neighbor just had a baby. She's 14.
That's a problem. That's a baby themselves. Something's wrong, fam.
yes,
Something's
yes,
wrong.
yes.
Because even if a child has made it to 17, 18 without getting pregnant, have they really been prepared for life? Have they really been prepared and conditioned for what life is really like on their own, providing for their own, being responsible? There's no fallbacks. You out here with one life only. This ain't no video game. You got one life only. This is it. The choices you make and what you choose to do is going to impact you for the rest of your life. For real, for real, for real. Ain't no do-overs, right?
Yes.
So now you're 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old, 21 years old. You try to be grown. And what have you been conditioned to do? You've been conditioned to go to the bar. You've been conditioned to go to the club, right? And then what have you seen? They've kind of stopped it now, but what have you seen? You got the 18 and over, right? You 18, you legal, right? You still treated like a child, so you go to the club and here's your wristband, right? Here's your wristband, right?
Yep.
Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Let's go there, fam. What do you don't think some predators are looking at that baby like, oh, fresh meat?
Oh, definitely.
Yes. They are.
There's 16 and over clubs too.
That's horrible. Hey, yo, she got that wristband on, yo. Yeah.
You don't even have to be at the club. I when I was in high school, dudes would wait until school was out, just sitting right there in the parking lot.
Nasty.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Nasty, Terry.
That's a problem. That's a problem. So my point being, and even going through all this and bringing this up, is the fact that you have a situation where our young men and women, but I gotta be real on this one, fam. I'm always gonna be real about this. It's a situation where there's been a breakdown in our culture and in our society, okay? Our families. I need y'all to feel me, because I know it's not you, it's the spirit that's trying to move through you, okay? There's some folks that hear me talk like this and they get triggered, they get upset, and they're like, oh, how dare that Maury Dwayne, right? He ain't nobody. Trick that fool, right? I'm telling y'all the truth. I'm telling y'all the truth, because it's like, listen, don't get the feelings. We got to understand the tactics the enemy's been using. The enemy has been going after our women.
Yes.
I need y'all to understand something. The enemy has been going after our women. Let me ask y'all a question, especially for y'all sleeping, not talking, or showing your face. Why do you think the enemy is going after our children? Specifically our daughters. Specifically our daughters. Why is the enemy going after our daughters? Talk to me, fam.
The women are the culture. The women are the culture, the ones who show the children how to act, how to follow the Torah, how to be who the Most High wants you to be. The women set the foundation, and the father ensures that the foundation is being laid.
Very good. I'm pausing because I need everybody to understand what our sister just said. Okay. The daughters of Zion are being targeted, and it affects all women, but we ain't talking about all women. We're talking about our women. It's about the daughters of Zion, because you, as the daughters of Zion, bear within your womb the culture of a society. Okay. So why is the enemy trying to get you at 12 years old? 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is what I've noticed. What happens is people don't recognize, and y'all just got to flow with me and feel me on this. Just own it. It's real. Women, daughters of Zion, The enemy comes for you when you're 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. He's been coming from you from the beginning, but he's coming for you because if he can destroy you, he can destroy the culture.
Yes.
Because it's like if the mom is acting trifling, then the daughter sees her acting trifling and is like, I should act like that. And then the son.
But it's also the son. The son sees the mother acting trifling.
And either
and the grandma acting
to
trifling.
that or hates it.
It's
like
a problem. Like
all the
literally, it's
men who are like, oh, I hate Black women because they're
right.
this, that.
But what are those? What, say it again, Janiyah? All those Black men that do what?
Who hate on Black women.
And don't we see that right now?
Yes.
They hate on
The top of
daughters
the
of Zion. They hate on Hebrew women. They hate on the Black woman.
Sure
Right?
do.
But and there's a video I may show it, I may not. It all depends. I gotta be careful because the dude kind of got vulgar, and I didn't appreciate that. But you know, it's his channel, his video. But it's one of those things where, absolutely, let's put it this way. I'm gonna tell you a personal situation. When I was a young man, when I was 18, 19 years old, okay? When I was 18, 19 years old, there were no women my age that had not been touched. Fam, do you hear me?
yes.
Brother Mike is shaking his head like he know what I'm talking about, right? Brother Mike, talk to me, Brother Mike.
Yeah, same here, more right. Like there were no virgin women when I was growing up.
Absolutely not. Fam, it's
high school, freshman, sophomore year. They already in sexual relationships.
Hold on. First off, do y'all feel the hurt in my brother's voice as he talks about that?
Yes.
I mean, he's happily married right now, but you feel me? Like it's a sad situation for our culture and our people that it's like I'm telling y'all, I'm talking to y'all from like the game, how it breaks down. When you are a young man, a young Black man, 18, 19 years old, at that age, when you're looking to step out on your own and pave your own way, you brand new, green as grass, starting off in life, right? The women your own age that you might be interested in have already been touched, molested, and violated.
Mm-hmm.
Fam, I'm being real talk. I'm being real talk for real. I'm being real with y'all.
You are.
There are many women, and I'm gonna get to the men too, but there are many women that got mental health issues. They got sexual hangups and issues as grown married women right now because they got molested and violated because they weren't covered or protected in their family.
Very true.
Right.
So you've already been touched and messed up before you even are able to step out there and have a viable, healthy marriage and relationship.
Right.
You've already been violated.
Right. Yeah.
Before you hit the starting block on your race of life. You've already been touched. You are already battling issues because you were molested and violated. You're wondering whether yourself, can I even have a healthy relationship when I don't trust nobody? And then you talk about the perversion, the LGBTQ jank. What that lets me know outside of the what's the word, like the propaganda that's been waged against our children to like go towards that lifestyle, it also highlights the fact that many of these young people have been violated, they've been molested. Because the one thing I can't stand is at the same level of a liar, because it's a form of lying, it's the deception. What I cannot stand is you have these people that have been molested, raped, violated, and some trust has been broken in some way, shape, or form. So whether it was a woman that did it to them or a man did it to them, and now they're gay, now they're bisexual, they're confused, now they want to be a lesbian, all because they're confused. They've been molested and touched because the uncle did the most. Auntie did the most. Your cousin did the most. The family friend did the most. Your mama or your daddy did the most. It happens.
You touching on some real points, Laura.
It's real, like it's super for real. It's super, it pisses me off
Yes.
when I look at the situation, like we gotta cover our children.
Yes.
We have to cover our
Yes.
children because we've not been covering the daughters of Zion, and we've not been covering the children of the sons of Israel. They walking around, boys and girls, violated, molested, confused. How many boys are growing up gay? Talk about I'm gay or I'm bisexual because outside of the culture we're in, because they were touched.
Right.
Man.
Yes.
It's
with that-
happening, fam.
And with that being said, Murray, what makes it worse a lot of times, unfortunately, in our community, we don't believe in counseling and therapy. Come on, like more people do today, but back then, had something happen in the family, they didn't believe in counseling and therapy. You will go out.
There was no counseling and therapy for us, number one. And the one thing, let's be real about it, the new school generation don't know about this, but the one thing you weren't going to do, there was a very clear distinction between us and them. There was an understanding that we are Black, we are different, we know what time it really is, right?
That's white people
So
stuff.
it was, it's not that it's white people stuff. Don't think that's new school thought. It wasn't that. You don't bring them white folks in our business.
True
Right.
fact.
Right.
That's it. That's it. That's it. It's not about that's white people stuff or not. Number one, there were no Black counselors or therapists 10, 15, 20 years ago. And I'm not saying that there weren't completely any. There were some pockets here and there, or whatever, a social worker, but they ain't the same thing. It wasn't prevalent like that back in the day. It was, even if you did work for them folks, you worked for them folks. You're not going to bring them white folks in our business. To this very day, that's still there. Don't be cutting up, acting the fool, calling these white folks or getting these white folks involved. Got these white folks in my business. And that, again, is just a matter of, when they say white folks, it don't literally just mean all white folks in general. It's just talking about this Babylonian beast system. We're living in the land of our captivity. Don't bring them folks in our personal family business.
Don't go out there having me look crazy.
Right. Because the real talk, 20, 30 years ago, every time something crazy happened on the news, it was reported. Breaking news. We were all sitting there like, please don't be Black. Please don't be Black. Please do not be Black. And depending upon how crazy the story was, we're like, okay, nah, we get it. We know we don't do that.
Right.
That's not us. But you can't say that no more because we become like our oppressors. We have completely become like our oppressors. The same crazy, nasty, wicked, perverted stuff they be doing, we do.
I look at be annoyed because I'm like, man, another one? Like, they have the rest of us looking in a hot mess.
Right, but also that goes to the fact that we've been groomed that way. And that's what we talked about earlier. I'll go into it in a brief moment here in a second, but we've been groomed that way, all right? But I got to highlight the fact that we have to make a change because the women primarily have been targeted, touched, molested, violated, already got a baby or two by the time they're 18, 19 years old. Real talk. It pisses me off because it's really sad because I have to go through it myself and I shouldn't have had to go through that myself, where you are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old. And that period of time is one of the most loneliest times in a young man's life. It's one of the most loneliest times in a young man's life. Not that he's not having fun or got friends or doing stuff, but the most part, when it comes to male-female relationships, and we ain't talking about just out here hoeing and sexing, we're talking about healthy male-female relationships. Real talk. An 18-year-old man, primarily 19, 20-year-old man, when he looks at you, he's looking at you, yeah, okay, she looks good, she's cute, right? But he's looking at you from the standpoint of, could she be a potential mate? Could she be a potential wife for me? And then here you are 18, 19 years old, dragging around a 2-year-old. You barely got to the starting block of life. And by the time you 18, 19 years old, you already got a kid or two? Or you 19 years old with a divorce? Come on, fam. You 19, divorced at 19? Come on, fam. 19, 20 years old, you already divorced?
That's sad.
And that's a serious story for a lot of people, fam. So we're already getting tripped up out the gate. We're already getting tripped up. I'm gonna stop because I can just pour it all out. It's pouring and flowing, right? Let's just jump right into it real quick. So, like I mentioned earlier before we went live, the biggest issue we have in our culture right now, this American culture, is we're being influenced and conditioned by sellouts and boule gatekeepers.
Yes.
And you like them, fam. These are unlikable people. You love the sellout, fam. You admire the sellout. You listen to their music. You tune in to hear what they have to say and don't fully recognize that they're leading you to destruction. The Most High have brought to my mind over the past few days about the story of the Pied Piper. How many of y'all know about the Pied Piper? How many of y'all have heard the story or have heard about the story?
Yes.
Talk to me in your own words. Talk to me in your own words.
Yes.
What do you remember about the Pied Piper? Anyone can go. Pour out. What you got?
Go through the city or the town playing the music. And
all right, give me more.
He would lure, I'm spotty on it, but he would like lure in children. Like that was his goal with his music. So he would play this pipe and go through the city and lure in the children to follow him.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so the first thing was, a part of the actual story was the town folk wanted the Pied Piper to get rid of the mice or the rats in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I forgot that part.
But then when they wouldn't pay up and it was janky style, he took their children away.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's what it was? I didn't remember it.
But he played the music and all the kids were beeping and bopping down the road, and then your kids is gone.
Yeah.
The children were seduced by the Pied Piper.
Yes.
The children were seduced by the Pied Piper. There's songs right now I could play that will have you crying in tears because of the memories you have associated with, oh, me and my mama or daddy used to drive down the road to that song. Or I remember going and get some ice cream with my grandpa to that song. The memories. And that song is evil as hell. But you don't associate the wickedness of that song to what it really is about. You associate it with the memories of your childhood or that loved one. Right? How many times have you heard a song that sounded good, fam? The song it sounded good, fam. You pop that song on right now, you like, hey. But then you actually listen to the lyrics and the lyrics are destructive.
Yeah.
That's how it be.
The lyrics are destructive to your soul and those that hear it. They're beautiful songs that make you want to tear up and cry, and it's about being the side piece and being a homewrecker. Damn, it's real talk for real.
This is Jones. I thought that was a good song until I listened to the lyrics.
Right?
It was about adultery.
So the devil has been seducing us all this time through the music, right? All this time through the music.
Definitely.
Okay. So I want to highlight this part right here, and that's this. When I'm in the hood, drive by the hood, or through the hood. And anybody that knows what I'm talking about, you've seen it yourself. You might live in the hood yourself right now. What happens when you go to the liquor store? When you drive by the liquor store, what do you see? What kind of posters do you see on the liquor store? What type of posters do you see nowadays? Talk to me, fam. What do you see?
Rappers.
Talk to me, sis.
Rappers.
What are they doing?
standing there with a bottle, like, yeah,
Any
all
more,
of it.
sis?
And what else? Like anyone that's associated with Black culture, they are in these ads, and they're just, that's all that's there.
All right, fam. So you hit it on the head. Number one. That's why you my sister Raquel on point. Okay, flowing with me here. You're gonna see rappers.
Yep.
Even old rappers like Snoop Dogg. Okay, they're gonna be sitting there. You're gonna see rappers holding up liquor bottles. Why? Because they got paid millions of dollars to become a facial recognition representative of that liquor company, whether it's brandy, whether it's vodka, whatever. Half the time they don't even drink that stuff, but they slap their name to it. Those are sellouts. I don't care if they're likable. I don't care if you love their music. I don't care if you think they're funny. They have sold out for the bag.
Real talk.
They've sold out for the bag, fam.
Yes.
They don't got no love for no Hebrews like that. They sold out for the bag. How many of y'all knew? I said, okay, I know we in the end times right now. Snoop Dogg got his own nappy meal. He got his own hood meal at Jack in the Crack. You go to Jack in the Box right now. Go to Jack in the Box. They got a full-blown meal out for Snoop Dogg. Murder Was the Case, Snoop Dogg. He got his own food combo. Okay? That's happening right now. So my point being is that you have sellouts that are in it for money for themselves that are willing to sell you out for some coin. And then you also, it's makes me sad to think about it. Then you got the boule gatekeepers.
Yes.
Okay. So who are the boule gatekeepers? The boule gatekeepers are those people that have been propped up by white supremacy to keep you in check. 1000%. So and being 1000, more than half the time, they're not even really Black. And when I say that, I don't mean necessarily fully off the ethnic side, which is partial, right? Usually being 100, they're going to be either mixed, and not just any mix, they're going to be mixed with Ashkenaz. That's how they got the job in the first place. So they're going to be Black and Jewish, being 100. Go look it up, you'll see. It's a whole bunch of Black and Jewish folks up in hip hop and rap music specifically, okay? And you're also looking at a situation where you know, they're Black-ish people that have kind of appropriated Black culture. Like, there are folks right now that actually think Cardi B is Black. Cardi B ain't even Black. She's not even Black. She may actually have some Afro descendant. She might have some great grandfather or grandmother that was Black or something like that, but she's not even a Black person. We're so used to seeing these, you know, brownish people, right, that put on an accent and act a certain type of way, and we want to claim them as though that's us, and that's not even us. She don't even view herself as being Black. She talks about how the fact she like Black men, but she's not even Black herself. But we're going to appropriate and take somebody on like, okay, that's us. Go ahead, girl. That's the representation that your daughters look up to, as a Cardi B, a Megan Thee Stallion, an Ice Spice, a Sexy Red. All these folks. The thought. So let's talk about this. Here's what it comes down to, right? We, number one, have to take back our culture. I talked about this before. One of the challenges that I feel that we are having in Israel is the fact that there's too much talk and no action. There's too much talk about what we're going to do, what we're trying to do.
Right.
What we're doing. It's been a couple of years now, fam. We got to, I'm not going to go there because it's going to step on some toes and folks gonna be thinking I'm talking about them. We got to do more than we're doing. Keep it simple. We got to do more than what we're doing. We got to do more than debate. We got to do more than flex online about how much knowledge we got and my more is smarter than your more, or I'm part of this click gang assembly, or I'm with these folks, or I'm a sit up under these folks. We Israel, fam, we brothers and sisters, and we're at war. We're at a culture war. Okay? So you have a situation where we've been listening to boule gatekeepers. My fam, talk to me, fam. Do you not see the semblance? Do you not see the semblance of the current boule gatekeepers and the boule gatekeepers that were in times of the Exodus?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I totally agree with you, Brother Moray.
Did you not recognize when you look at the book of Exodus that it talks about how the Pharaoh had set up men as overseers?
Mm-hmm.
These were not Egyptian overseers. These were Israelite overseers.
Yes.
Right? Talk to me, fam. Talk to me, fam. Talk to me, fam. What happened? What happened when Moses and Aaron went before Pharaoh and was put in that work? What happened? Where did Pharaoh go immediately afterwards? Who did the Pharaoh go to? Come on, pull your script out. Who did Pharaoh go to after Moses and Aaron came on the scene and was talking that talk?
Oh, the taskmaster.
Right?
He went to the taskmaster.
He went to the overseer.
Yeah.
He went to Yasharal.
He went to the overseers of Israel who were of Israel and said, what is this you doing? Oh, you out here cutting up, right? Oh, I said you got too much time on your hands, huh? So what did Pharaoh do? He said, you not only are you going to be required to make the same amount of bricks that you were making before, but now you ain't getting no straw. We're not going to even deliver the straw to you, but you're going to be required to work and produce the same amount of bricks that you were making before, since you got all this time on your hands. And since you want to come in my face, talk about, let my people go, something Yahuwah will talk about. I got you. Pharaoh went to the boule. Pharaoh went to the boule gatekeepers. Get these niggas in check.
Mm-hmm.
Get them in check because they're getting out of line. What do you think is happening right now? What do you think has been happening over the years? Every time we rise up, we have demands, we have requirements. We're like, nah, you're not gonna treat us this way, right? The boule gatekeeper gets in the way and puts a stumbling block before the people.
Yes.
You listen to the boule gatekeepers. I'm gonna show a picture of one. I'm gonna show a picture. I'm gonna show it. Y'all gonna all know who I'm talking about. You're gonna be like, oh, okay. And it's depressing. It's depressing. It makes me sad. Let's put it up. Let's put it up. Right there. Bam.
Yup.
Big time.
Yeah, for real.
Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Boule.
All day.
Gatekeepers. Fam.
Boule and gay.
Boule gatekeepers. This is one example. For time's sake, I can't beat it down too hard. This is one example of boule gatekeepers that have been put in position to keep y'all niggas in check. That's what the that's what the man
Yep.
that's what the man looks at us as. It says, listen,
Yeah.
you need to tell them what to think. You need to tell them how to feel. You need to be the representation that we want you to be for these people. We will pay you the money. We will pay you the money to do our dirty work for us. You are that overseer from the book of Exodus. You are the modern day overseer that what do? You are a gatekeeper of the thoughts and minds of literally the impressionable Black youth of this country. The Black, you've been propped up and set up to be the voice of reason, the voice of understanding and knowledge. You've been put forth as a approved authority for Black people. These folks. Sellouts and gatekeepers. They're not unbiased. They have an agenda. And it's nothing personal.
Real talk.
It's facts. Okay. And then real talk, I can go pull up any number of one of these folks, any number of one of these, right? I can pull it up. You're going to find the agenda being pushed right before your eyes. Let me go see if I can get this real quick. They set it up. All right, so I'll pull it up real quick. Let's see. And I already know what I'm going to do in this level because that's what I'm doing. This is too much. One thing that you're going to constantly see, right? It's so prevalent that I'm pretty confident that I'm pretty confident it'll be in the scene. So how do y'all notice that when you look at the Breakfast Club, right? When you look at the Breakfast Club, there's something that's always prominent when you see their videos.
Liquor?
I'm gonna show this real quick. And I appreciate your patience, but I definitely want to get this because it's important for us to be able to see this. So you understand. So when you're watching their show, primarily when they have a presumably straight person on the show, right? Let me see if I can find it real quick. And it's in the background of all their guests. Okay. I can't find it right now. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. They have the pride flag. They have the pride flag in the background of all their guests. So when you go look and see, they have a pride flag in the corner on a bookshelf. It's subliminally programming your child that's listening to them to accept that behavior and that lifestyle. And then they're also conditioned and told to promote that lifestyle to your children, to give a pass, to turn a blind eye to that behavior, to accept that behavior, right? So I'm going to fast forward because there's more I got to go into, but I'm going to stop here in a minute. What it comes down to is this. Because of the Boule gatekeepers and because of the sellouts and the fact that they've conditioned our children, they've conditioned our children, fam. They've conditioned our children to accept this lifestyle and the debauchery behavior. Let me show you on that one. They've conditioned our children to accept that, right? We have become that which has been fed to us. I talked about beforehand that you are what you see and what you hear. If you are watching content and information and behaviors, it's going to become a part of you. All right. I'm bringing this up as an example, not to like, I'm not coming for nobody, but because Pastor Dow, for instance, right? Because Pastor Dow has made it acceptable to full-blown curse as a leader, and in his fellowship and assemblies, his leaders are emboldened to do the same thing. They're emulating their leader, which in this case is our brother, Pastor Dow. Right? That's a fact. Your children, when they see this content over and over and over again, they emulate what they see. So Janiyah had brought some things up earlier, and there's a variety of people that brought some things up earlier about the fact that the Black man nowadays has been raised primarily by a single mother and has been raised up around certain levels of ratchetness and dysfunction, and in turn doesn't look to the daughter of Zion or another Black woman to be with like that. So that's why you're starting to see a lot of hate towards Black women. And now they're big upping these women from other nations. Okay. But we have to ask ourselves, how did this happen? Now, I mentioned before imagery, and we know who controls the media. We talked about it before earlier, right? So I'm going to show you something. Let me ask you a question real quick. Talk back to me. Wake up. In your mind right now, what do you think is a representation that little Black boys and girls have of Black marriage? Talk to me.
What Black marriage?
It doesn't exist.
Okay. So Raquel said, what Black marriage? What Black marriage? What else we got?
I say that it doesn't exist.
That doesn't exist. Okay, what else?
That's what I meant. Like, what Black marriage? Like,
I got it. But there are representations of Black marriage out there. What other representations are there, if there isn't one?
What if
Alphabet,
baby mama?
marriage.
So you got gay marriage. That's cool. That's what else we got?
Baby mamadom.
Yeah, baby mama drama. What else we got?
I don't need a mandem.
She said, I don't need a man. All right, that's out there too. But I'm talking about, hear what I'm saying specifically. What is the image being perpetrated about Black love, Black relationships? So we already got the gay move, right? We already got what marriage, right? But what is the image that little Black boys and girls are seeing when it comes to Black marriage and relationships?
that it's toxic, angry.
Love.
Turner and
It is an important.
And it's struggle love, and it's second to third class to other types of people being married.
You said struggle love. Bam, I felt that thing for some reason.
Yeah, I felt that too. Struggle love.
Because
struggle love.
You can you can just look and see how people treated Sierra when, in my opinion, she did much better with this guy that actually wanted to marry her and show her off to the world versus the other guy that she was with, who's like a career baby daddy. And, the whole community got mad. And I heard women saying, of course, baby mamas, it's not about anything, but the baby mama's getting along good. That's what it's about. It's about the kids. I'm like, okay, all y'all are cracked. Okay. Anyway.
So we got it's toxic. We got same-sex marriage. We got struggling always. We got struggle marriage, angry black girl, bitter, toxic and open for anything. Lots of divorce cases and shacking is okay. Always fighting. Will and Jada.
Yeah. Passive man. They see that a lot.
Right? So I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. I'm gonna show this real quick. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. It's deep, fam. It's deep. All right. So before I go here, fair use all day long. Fair use. Everybody say it with me.
Fair use.
Damn.
Fair use.
Fair use.
I don't want to move.
Man.
Fair use.
Here we go. This is an example of Black love. This is what our children.
That is fire.
This is the Black woman.
Yeah, Inferno. Name fits.
You want some trouble,
No, I don't want no trouble, Lucius. I just have some questions. That's all. Like this album right here. This was your first album to go gold. Now, I remember working on that 6 months before I went to prison. So whose DNA is in that, Lucius, huh?
All right, commentation. Let's commentary. As a young Black man, Brother Mike, you're the only one showing your face right now. You can talk to me. Are you marrying that?
What?
Are you marrying that?
Hell no.
Is that what you want in your life, in your marriage?
No.
I want peace now.
You don't want her walking up with a baseball bat?
I'm out the door. I live on the roof.
My sisters, do you see how you're represented? And that's been going on for like 6-7 seasons.
It's real bad. Yeah.
Of course.
I never watched that show. I hated it from the commercials.
From the beginning, right? But listen,
Yeah.
listen. What are we producing? What are we creating for our youth to watch? Nothing. You got the who with the credit card funding this type of content. Again, sellouts and boule gatekeepers, right?
Yes.
Keep going.
Who was your muse for that?
You done, bitch?
Huh, Lucius? Don't you come any closer.
Put it down.
Who was your muse on that, huh? Who was your muse, Lucius? Oh, do you remember this one? Because I do. Yeah, I sent tapes from the inside back and forth with you while you worked on them out here.
Bam. Talk to me.
Angry black woman.
See, that's that ride or die. That's also what's hyped up is that ride or die.
Hey man, ain't nothing right down about that at all.
But that's how I in my opinion, that's what she's saying. She's like, I was there working on you with the album. I was there from the beginning. I was the muse. I got deserted. Even when I went to jail, I was still helping you. I was still down for you. And then you rose, and then I'm out. You put me out to pasture, and then you go and replace me with this other. That's her anger. And I've never watched this show, but that's what she's saying.
Check this out though. You missed the point.
Okay.
There's other ways to go about it.
No. It's not even that. It's not even that. And this is why we need help collectively. Right? Because like our sister missed the point. What are they doing? They've already put a spell on you.
Say that again.
They put a spell on you. They put a spell on you because they're tapping into a trauma and an abuse, right? I'm not saying that's happened to you personally, but what I'm saying is they're tapping into the trauma and abuse. They're programming you. You got put on the spell. You're so caught up on the emotion of trauma and abuse being depicted, right? Framed in a way and not recognizing what they're doing to our children. Do you think any black man, boy or girl, but specifically, all right, because again, majority of these females have been touched, raped, molested, and violated, or got 2 or 3 kids and a divorce by the time they're 18, 19. Okay. Do you think that image of a black woman doing that is something that is going to put an image in that boy's mind that says, I want to be with that. I want to be with her?
Of course not.
Hell no.
You know.
What's being perpetrated on TV worldwide, fam. This is a thing where it's gone beyond, like, this ain't local. This ain't like your local play in a theater you have to go to pay a couple $100s to go see. You know, 50 y'all want to go see it. We're talking, this is around the world. That is the image and representation of the black woman that they are portraying for the world to see.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. They play on us like we slow. They play on our emotions. They play by showing you trauma and abuse, right? But you don't understand what they're doing. They're laying this down. What is the image of a black woman? You are not off top of the dome thinking that's how white women act. Why?
Yeah.
First off, do white women act like that too? Absolutely.
They're worse.
Absolutely. But are they going to show that?
No,
Hell
they don't portray that as a commonplace.
Hell no, they're never going to show the white woman in that light. They're not going to show the Asian woman in that light.
No.
They're not even going to show the Mexican woman in the light. They might show a Puerto Rican woman because you got a little black in you. They might show the Puerto Rican woman acting up, acting crazy, something like that. But they're not going to show their women like that on a regular basis. They're going to show the black woman like that. And there is no man, no black man on this earth that when he sees that, that's going to tell him, yeah, I want to do that. Because you have to understand, it's not about the context or justifying her anger, because again, we can look at that and go, well, you understand, you missing the whole point. Because guess what? If all I do is keep showing those images over and over and over again, that's what a black woman is.
And they say all of them are that way.
That's all I will ever view you as.
Absolutely horrible.
When you show up on your job, everybody saw Cookie Lion acting the fool last night, busting up the joint.
Right. Right.
Every time you show a little passion and emotion, they're referencing in their mind the programming that was put on the TV screen.
All the time. All the time.
They're not going to be trying to justify and be like, oh, well, she's a ride or die and she, was left and kicked to the curb. But on the flip side, for a young woman, daughter of Zion, what does that say about a black man? Flipping the script, not looking at her, what does it say about the black man? It says, I can't trust the black man.
In a heartbeat.
I can't trust the black man. He's going to betray me. He's going to kick me to the curb for the next white girl or Latina or barely black, right? He's going to kick me to the curb. I can't trust him, right? He's a liar. He's a cheater, right? He's violent. The programming goes both ways, right?
Correct.
So here we go. Another one. Again, dysfunction.
And pull the damn trigger, man.
Oh, I missed. What should I aim for now? Which head, Lucius, huh?
Cookie!
Get your ass over here and sign these papers, Lucius. Get over here.
So you want to be divorced from me that bad?
Yep.
You gonna pull a gun on me?
I did.
You out of your damn mind.
I might be.
I'm gonna reach for the pen.
Just sign it.
I need the damn pen.
Hey, get the damn pen.
Do this under duress. You know this don't hold up in court.
Bam. Come on, fam.
More to me, this was a growing up watching this. This was a gay show to me because most of the writers were gay, and the way Cookie was acting, she was basically acting like a gay man to me.
Oh,
the whole show to me was just gay.
That's true. And they were gay writers. The hidden hand that's basically puppeting these Negroes in blackface. This is white supremacy in blackface. It's tough. It's hard. This is what I'm talking about. You have sellouts and boule gatekeepers. They make you smile. They make you laugh. They make you cry. They entertain you. They might be likable. You might admire them. They got stacks of cash.
Or, it's crazy.
Talk to me.
People who are broken support this type of material because it triggers their traumas in a way and puts something on display that them in their toxic state in a janky kind of messed up way, they look up to that. Like you might see people look at this who are toxic and broken and be like, yeah, get them, girl. Oh, she's so brave, kind of thing. So it's crazy how you have these homosexual writers, you got these boules, you got white man with the credit card pushing all this stuff to trigger people who are still in a state of brokenness, no healing, trauma, to trigger those traumas, to show you a crooked picture of what it should never look like. But then people who are broken look at that and go, well, that's how you protect yourself, and that's how you structure yourself, and that's what you got to do, and that's how it's supposed to be in these streets, and how else are we supposed to get a leg up? And it's really, really, it seems like it just goes really, really deep for how people see these behaviors, but also support these behaviors, and they sitting on their couch eating their popcorn watching this with they baby sitting right next to them,
right, watching it,
and they proud that this character so-called stood up for herself with a bat, as if there's no other way to have a conversation. So like on the flip side, without repentance, without healing, our people support this type of content because somewhere in their brokenness, they wish they could have maybe responded like that.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Could you hear me?
It makes sense. Go ahead, Marianne.
I was saying, she said something that's very, very crucial. The triggers, okay? Because I don't know, they're triggering the brokenness. That's what they're doing. And these people and you know, it's like it's familiar to us because this is how we grew up. You know, a lot of us. And you know, and what they're doing is just like a ex-addict who wants to get clean, who have a desire to do something better, but he's constantly being triggered. You know? And that's what they're doing in this programming and the subliminal submission, all of that stuff. You know?
Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs that we find ourselves in, not recognizing. Like I said, I need us to understand something. I'm showing you things to wake you up, and then not just to wake you up, those that are watching online, but we have some actionable things we have to do. Because while we're up here debating over calendars, while we're fighting over doctrine and what book to read or not read, while we're flexing about our biblical knowledge and understanding, what are we doing? What are we creating? What are we creating? What are we doing to produce? What are we doing to make a change? Because while we're sitting debating and just BSing, basically, our open enemy, they got educational plans for your child. They got plans for your child in school. They have plans for your child in music. They have plans for they have sellouts and boule gatekeepers that they're going to hire to lead you and your children astray, especially in your moment of weakness. Right? They got Snoop Dogg with a bottle of booze to sell you. Right? They got Rick Ross with some drink to sell you. Right? Come on, fam.
It's true.
They're going to push their agenda. They're going to elevate all the toxic and bad things. They're going to basically, think about it, fam. Think about this. Taraji P. Henson is a good actress. I'm going to say she's a good actress. But her talents have been wasted in junk like that.
Yes.
Okay? Like honestly, it's no different than the blaxploitation films from back in the 60s and 70s. It's not an accurate representation of who we are and how we are, but enough time has passed on that we've become the very thing they made us be.
Yes.
They've groomed us. They've groomed our culture. They got the credit card. They got you under contract. And so now they are the pen behind the message. They're the one that's promoting doctrine. They're the ones that are like Brother Mike said, to me, that was a gay show. Guess what, Brother Mike? Who was watching that show, Brother Mike? Who do you think was watching that show?
Probably a lot of gay people.
Gay people watching the show.
Brother Mike, you think only gay people watching that show?
Children are.
Come on, Brother Mike. You're smarter than that. You know who it was?
Everybody was watching the show.
Black women were watching that show, Brother
Black
Mike.
women. Yep.
Yes.
Black women, young and old, impressionable Black women were watching that show.
Right.
You and I weren't watching that show. They were watching that show.
Yes, they were.
But what did we say about the young daughters of Zion, Brother Mike? They carry the culture, Brother Mike. Brother Mike, you was raised by a black woman, Brother Mike. You was raised by a daughter of Zion. You are who you are. You become who you are in part deeply rooted based off of how your mother raised you up and how the women in your life raised you up. What happens when the women in your life are conditioned with this type of content and material that targets and triggers certain aspects of trauma and abuse in their life?
That they never
reinforces.
Right.
Go ahead, Lisa.
I said that they never healed from. You're right.
Right. They never healed from.
The mother is the first teacher, so.
Absolutely. So what, like, I'm gonna show y'all. So I gotta keep going. So Keke Palmer's been in the news lately.
Oh my goodness.
And you might know her from Akilah and the Bee. It's weird for me to look at her that way, because to me, that's like my sister right there.
Yeah, my sister.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And she's doing the most right now. But I'll tell you, I have something to say when she first came out with her pregnancy. And I was like, this ain't good. So I'm gonna show y'all what happened. I'm gonna show y'all again. When you're dealing with sellouts and you're dealing with boule gatekeepers, you're dealing with people that are compromised. You're dealing with people that will do what they got to do for the bag, right? They don't personally care about you on that level. They care about getting that bag and they come up and do what they got to do for them, right? And then you got the boule gatekeepers, same mindset, but they are the enforcers of white supremacy, right? They push the doctrine in the culture, right? Let's keep going. This is what ended up happening. This is, let me look out the way. This is Keke Palmer. How many of y'all remember this? Again, fair use, fam, fair use.
Fair use.
Fair use,
fam.
Fair use.
I remember that.
So first off, you look at her. She's a very beautiful woman. We love Keke Palmer. She's a beautiful woman. Looking at this right here, how does she look represented to you? Just off this right here. How does she appear to you? When you look closely at this image, what are you seeing?
Masculinity.
Okay. Masculinity.
Yep.
What else you got?
Boobies.
So now we got masculine boobies. That's weird. We got masculine boobies. That's odd, but it's there, right? What about her outfit and her look makes her look masculine?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking, what about her look makes her look masculine?
The broad, stiff shoulders.
Yep.
The color, the cut.
The cut, the oversized broad shoulders, right?
Yes.
And the collared shirt underneath.
Her hair slicked back like she bald.
Her hair slicked back, okay. And then you got this thing where her boobs are out.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Sure.
Here we go.
That he did that. I mean, even though it was intense, I mean, he taught me how to be a professional in real time, you know? And I've taken lessons from everyone I've worked with. Aziz Ansari recently gave me some good advice on being SNL. He was like, Keke, just get up on stage. You know, you're funny. You're funnier than me. And I'm Aziz. Well, he didn't exactly say that, but that's what I heard. And I want to set the record straight. I am. Straight. I am. Glad to be here, though, because there's some rumors going around. People have been in my comments saying Keke's having a baby, Keke's pregnant, and I want to set the record straight. I am.
All right, fam, talk to me. What are your thoughts?
Shameful.
Talk to me, fam.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
I mean, honestly, the guy, her baby daddy that got mad at her antics.
No, I'm talking about this right here, right now. I'm talking about nothing else. I'm talking about this right here. What is this image in this situation right here? We talk about nothing else. What does this tell you? What are you thinking when you see this situation right here?
Glorified baby mamadom.
I see confusion.
She didn't need it. She looked like she
And
don't
it's
need
okay
it.
to be, and it's okay to get pregnant and have a bunch of children and not marry.
Who said that?
Debbie, because she's not married, that's her boyfriend. That's not her husband.
Right. So this is the thing that needs to be honed in on. And Brother Mike, you said something very important too. But it's a matter of, this is a shame. I don't think, see, even y'all don't even fully grasp the depths of what she just did. Debbie does. This is an unmarried woman who got on, again, the world stage to highlight the fact that she's an unmarried woman and she's pregnant.
And also, Maury, it is young girls are looking at this and saying that it is okay to do that.
What do you call a child that does not have a legitimate father?
A bastard? A bastard child.
A bastard child. That child in the womb is a bastard.
Yes.
It's illegitimate, out of wedlock. And this is being promoted. Do y'all see white women doing this?
No. No. They don't be flying.
Do y'all see Asian women doing this?
No.
No.
Do y'all see Mexican women doing this?
No. No.
They go sit down.
Does anybody else do that? Does anybody go up and do that? To put their stuff out there like that? Somebody do that?
Still quiet. She's in a movie now. Not worried.
We don't. Why are we up here doing that? Why is that being promoted? And like we said, why she got them big oversized broad shoulders like she a dude? She got a pantsuit on and she got these, she got, what we doing? That's the representation of that. Okay. She's not married. That's being glorified for the daughters of Zion.
Yes.
Like, we're a little slow. Do you think little white girls are looking at Kiki Palmer going, oh, I want to be like that?
No.
That's a representation of me. What little white girls aren't saying that's a representation of me. That's y'all ninjas over there. That's y'all. We don't do that. They'll sneak off and have an abortion before they do something like that.
Yes.
You talk to people that have worked at hospitals or abortion clinics, which is sick, they'll tell you before they even open up, they be sneaking in little white girls in the back to get abortion.
Yes.
And the break of dawn, so nobody sees them.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Right? They're not going to broadcast their shame like that. Right? So I wanted to show you the conditioning of the people, our people, that's being promoted. And like Raquel was trying to go towards, we aren't there yet in regards to the whole situation with her baby daddy. The latest thing that happened is the whole thing with her, just the whole thing is out of pocket. The whole thing is out of pocket. The whole thing is out of pocket. This is a situation that took place at an Usher concert. And we got to deal with this real quick. Again, fair use. All right. So this is disappointing. She's already had her baby. Maybe she needs some validation and attention from the world or something like that. But she goes to an Usher concert. And this is what happens. Are we at a strip club or ladies' night? What's happening?
Yeah.
Kiki
What's
night.
happening, fam? Okay. Like So first off, the whole thing is wrong. Just the whole thing is wrong. Okay. But she's not a married woman. So you messing with her and you just apparently know how she get down. So you just messed up. Okay. But it just furthers the shame that's out there about our people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It furthers the shame that she went out looking like that. Okay. You're a mother of my brand new child. Apparently homeboy's at home holding the newborn. And she out here serenading with the next Negro.
So that is the video.
Fam.
Wow, come on.
Fam, double cheeked out.
Come on.
Double cheeked out.
Nah.
But that's how they promote our women to be.
Double cheeked
Or
out
Babylon.
with the fake hair.
Yes.
Double cheeked out with the fake hair. And everybody cheering and hollering like, yeah, you go ahead, girl. Why are you out here double cheeked out in these streets like this? Like this? What are we doing? Look, come on, fam. Look at Usher's face.
Crazy black women is all whores.
Fam, come on, fam. Fam. Come on, fam. Fair use. Fair use. Fair use. That's a problem, fam.
Yes, it is.
So let me ask y'all a question. Brother Mike, you can chime in. All right. Now, we ain't talking about when we want to sleep with her, but is that somebody you would want to marry?
Absolutely not. No shame. No shame whatsoever.
She got a newborn at home and she got a man at home. Okay. And I'm pulling the y'all on this one. You know what I'm saying? She not even getting paid.
Yes.
She ain't even getting paid, fam. That's that you work from the prostitute, at least the prostitute get paid.
That's for sure.
That's what that is. Lisa, go ahead.
She's being used to show young women, whether she realizes it or not, to be proud about a degrading state. You have this situation where our issues are highlighted. Like we have, what do statistics say? It plagues majority of our households, that they're mostly single mother based. So she's up here being proud to be unwed, proud to be a single mother. So then there's the other side to that coin is now everybody looks down on the woman who wants to stay home with her child. Like this, it's like there's this pride in that understanding that people are like, oh, I ain't gonna just stay at home and do this and that. I'm gonna just get back up after delivering a baby and keep pushing like a man would. And now you're getting into that feminism territory of uplifting some type of pride on that mindset and that behavior. Like whatever was wrong with raising your child, whatever was wrong with being at home, you know what I'm saying?
That's just disappointing, honestly. But that's what's being promoted. Destiny, go ahead, please.
That just reminded me of the verse where y'all was saying that you go after all of your lovers and you seek them and they don't pay you, but you pay them to go in line with them. So
Feel me?
that's what that reminded me of. And
Like,
then,
I'm sorry. I gotta interrupt. I'm sorry. Hold on with me.
Go ahead.
Like, at least get paid. You out here double cheeked out showing all your assets, and you ain't even getting no coin. Fam, like, what are we doing? Like, that is horrible. Like, and again, that's a daughter of Zion. Now she may not know that, sadly, some of them do, and that's why they're sellouts for real. Like some of these folks know they're Israel, but they don't care. Go ahead, Destiny. Go ahead.
I was gonna piggyback off of something that Coty Lisa said, but
Keep
I
going.
forgot.
If it comes back, bring it back up. All right.
What'd you say, sis?
Raquel, go ahead, please.
No, I was just gonna piggyback off of you, but I forgot. It's okay.
Something that I wanted to add was that I feel like it's the perpetuation of plantation dynamics, because it's like we see the Black woman, she's just given birth and then she's out and she's like, you know, she's fully like, you know, sexual and like ready to like, you know, have yet another child and stuff like that. So it's like it shows her as like a sow or like a breeding farm.
Wow.
We gonna let that sit for a minute, fam.
Wow.
We gonna let that sit for a minute, man.
I mean, in actuality, that's what we were back in slavery.
Oh, that one.
Breathing farm.
Go ahead, Destiny.
It came back to me, praise Yah. Akoti Lisa, I think you said that they were making it seem like wrong to be a normal mother staying at home. So yeah, I hate that. Like just being a stay-at-home mother, taking care of the children and doing all the work you're supposed to do is it has a bad stigma, bad connotation nowadays, and it's looked down upon as something terrible.
Man, amen. Lisa, go ahead.
Yo, it is terrible because you can see that they're trying to destroy those roles because they don't think that those roles should exist, but there's nothing wrong with those proper biblical roles. And it's crazy because when she came out about the whole pregnancy thing, like I don't keep up with nothing in social media, but I do see what like I guess it is highlighted. So like prior to her even getting pregnant, she was confused about her sexuality in the first place, talking about how she never felt gay enough and she never felt straight enough and she doesn't want any titles and she feels like she's a little bit of everything. So you feel like you're a little bit of everything like that. Like, what are you trying to recreate? You trying to reincarnate Baphomet within yourself? You trying to be a man and a woman. You trying to be the pimp and the bottom chick. Like you want it all. You want to be it all, and so you're accidentally, because I don't know how much of it is on purpose, trying to create confidence in confusion.
Man.
I don't know. Me personally.
We're gonna let that sit for me. Keep going.
Me personally, I see a lot of brokenness in our young women and in our young self, and they're coping it. I mean, the media is giving them a means of coping with it, as opposed to us who knows better. You know, like you say, Moray, this is a call to action. We who know better, we who are the daughters of Zion, we got to be better examples. We got to reach our young women because it's pain. These girls are hurt, they're confused, they're broken, you know, and the only thing they see, like you said, is a money bag. They're being controlled like puppets, you know. And we, like I said, we who know better, we got to step up. We got to do better. We got to be better. You know? And then in that world, well, there's nobody teaching them young girls. Everybody's all about the bag and the exploitation. There's nobody in that industry trying to minister to those young women.
Nope. Not at all. Destiny, go ahead, please.
Yeah, we definitely need better role models for our women and men because all we have are gay men.
Hold on, Destiny. You got to turn Iman Gillard off. Hold on a second. All right, go ahead. You're good. Start up again.
No, we just need better role models for Yasharal. We need the young ones to step up and do better. And I know I'm talking to myself too. And yeah, of course, the older people are doing well, I think. But yeah, we need to step up and take
No, they're
back.
not. They're not. We
Oh
not.
no.
Hell no.
Oh.
No, we talk about stuff, but we're not putting in no real work on that level. We can talk. We can sit up here and lecture you till you fall asleep. Okay, but we got work to do. So it's not just you as a young person. Even us that are older got things we got to do. But keep going.
But yeah, we have to do better. And with Kiki Palmer, it's like I remember seeing her as a young child in elementary school, and I remember my teacher. She was white, and I remember she got that movie Aquila and the Bee, and she played it for the whole class, and I was so happy. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is an African American girl. She's coming out of the hood, and she likes well she betters herself and she does the spelling bee because I myself like I loved English and learning and things like that, so I was like, ooh, okay. And it's like I gravitated toward her and who else, Raven Simone. And it's like I can't think of any other black woman besides like in history, like learning about who I forget her name, Maya Angelou, and learning about like older women in the past. But besides those two, Raven Simone and Kiki Palmer, I can't think of anyone. So we need those role models because we see exactly where the rest of those people end up, you know, and how they turn out in the end. And it's like everyone that looked up to them and idolized them will follow their path and they'll keep on going on and on and on.
Right. I got a little more to do, and then we're going to get close about it here about solutions because we got to go ahead and get some solutions in here. All right. But I want to show some more real quick, just what's been going on. So I want to highlight something real quick. So it's a couple things. Number one, yeah, I'll do it real quick. How many of y'all heard about what happened at, like, it's sad that this is the thing that stands out the most, but how many of y'all heard about what happened at the BET Awards and Essence?
No, I haven't heard of nothing.
So
Yeah,
nobody?
very shameful.
No. What happened?
All right, so this is the thing about it, and this is where, like, you know, y'all bringing out some key points that we need to discuss. All right. Because it's just it's frustrating. I'm gonna leave in front. It is frustrating. I can't even do it all like that. Just so this will happen. This will happen. This y'all just pray for me and y'all pray for each other. You know what I'm saying? So let me share my screen. Come on, thing. So what? You know, just keep me in prayer. Interesting. All right, so this is the BET Awards. Okay. It just, when I hear that cackling, that loud cackling, it's such a turn off. It's not attractive. It's not right. So you got so-called Sexy Red with a big old stack of dirty money like she's a prostitute. Like, what, y'all, fam, we got work to do, fam. We got work to do. Okay. We got work to do. All right, so you got one chick, she's pregnant, fam. Some girl called Christiane, something, right? She pregnant. She's a rapper chick, or she's somebody's boo thing or something like that. And she out here ratchet, okay? And she pregnant. And she twerking on another woman. I'm hurt, but we got to deal with this, because I'm gonna say this, like, there's some folks that'll be like, oh, we shouldn't be looking at this right now. We shouldn't be talking about this right now. Let's just go sing some praise and worship songs. But how are you gonna sing some praise and worship songs when your people are out here looking like this?
Out here all crazy.
Okay, how you gonna do that? This was the Essence Awards, Essence Fest. Okay, this is Essence Fest. Happened like, fam. Fam, they do that every year, fam.
Franklin Awards.
They do that every year. They did that the other day. Like, they do that type of thing every year. That's how the Daughters of Zion are being represented. Now, I want to remind everybody, so folks aren't in their feelings. I love the Daughters of Zion. I'm not just coming for the Daughters of Zion. I ain't just coming for y'all like y'all trash, something like that. That's not the point. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not up here to highlight a highlight reel of y'all ratchetness. I'm just highlighting this so we can understand that you are under assault and attack. And it's important for me and my other brothers and my mothers and my sisters, we all are in on this, that we have to cover our children and our youth.
Yes.
Because of the lawlessness that has invaded our communities, our relationships, our marriages, our families are destroyed. Young Black boys, young Black men, look at all this. And if they hood and ratchet too, they might sleep with you. They might have a good time with you. If you're gonna let me, I'm gonna just go ahead and get it in. You moving? Hey, let's do what it do. Without no responsibility, without no accountability, and going back to our lesson from earlier, our biblical lesson, who's your folks? Who's your tribe? Where's your family from? Ain't been their conversation about that, but you up here booty twerking on folks. You over here doing the most. Right? So here's the reality, right? We have the Daughters of Zion have been conditioned to trust in Uncle Sam as their support, aid, and assistance.
Yes.
Whether through the welfare programs, cash aid, food stamps, WIC, and the like, or I'm gonna go get me a job at the county, at the state, at the federal, get these benefits. I don't need no man. You can't tell me nothing, right? You got folks defending Keke Palmer out here in these streets, double cheeked up, doing the most. right? Nobody's asking, what does the young Black man think about all this? What does the young Black boy think about seeing his mother act like this? What does he think about her bringing all these dusty Negroes in to do what they do like that? The disrespect, the degradation. How's that impact him? So I'm gonna play a brief clip. This guy I found, and I'm not gonna go too deep because he's kind of vulgar in some certain areas. But it's interesting to hear his take. He's basically saying this. As a Black man, he's saying that, well, I'll just show you. I'll show you. I will show you. And you can read the title for yourself. Okay. This is what he says. Somebody read the title of that for me. What's it say?
Wow, do we have to read the title?
Yeah, go ahead. Somebody read. What's the title say?
The white woman is made for the Black man, and here's
Oh
why.
my gosh.
You really believe that? The white woman is made for the Black man.
All right, so check this out. Here's a Negro that has basically lost his way. He's been traumatized, been through some abuse, and he on some other stuff. This is what he had to say. Fair use.
So, with that being said, talking about back in the days, white women have always been attracted to the Black man, and they have always risked it all to be with the Black man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, hold on. It's as painful for me to hear as it is for y'all. Just kind of bear with me. I know it's hard because it's hard. It's hard. I feel y'all.
And if you really, really actually take the time to be with a white woman who's actually into you and you for you, your life will be amazing. Like I said, this is off of my experience because I've been in 3 separate 4 to 6 year relationships with white women.
Bro, you've only been with white women since you was what, 5? All right, keep going. I'm sorry.
And I had a really bad example with my mom. She was a real bad example. She put men before me my whole life, and it ruined her, it ruined our relationship as well. And I still love her because she's my mom, but we don't have a close relationship, and I'm sure we never will. And I've tried with other Black women in my life, and they've reminded me of my mom in their ways a lot, especially their mentality, the way they treated me and talked to me. But, you know what I'm saying, white women, it was totally different. They were always open arms. They always told me I was better than what I thought I was. They always saw potential in me. You know what I'm saying? And it was more than just talk. They put it into action. You know what I'm saying? They made me do things to make myself better. And, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. You just can't explain it. You can't explain the difference between, for me, myself, being with a Black woman who's, you know what I'm saying, always worried about what's going on with her friends, worried about her hair or her nails, or drama going on at school, or drama going on with this. You know what I'm saying? It's just always drama. Not to say there's not drama with white girls as well, but those are mainly the white girls that, are kind of hood or have hood friends and stuff like that. But the white girls that are about their business, got their head in the books and raised properly by the right parent or parents, you know what I'm saying? It's just different.
All right, I gotta leave it right there because that's hard. That's hard, fam. That was hard. That was hard, fam. I'm not gonna lie. That was hard. But did you hear what he said, though?
Yes. His self-hate.
Talk to me, fam. I know y'all are shocked.
Yes, he has.
His mother is the image of every Black woman for him from henceforth and forevermore. Every Black woman that he gets with, he's already viewing her through the lens of his mother. So she could do 5 million things right, but those 3 or 4 things that she does, those things become magnified.
Yes.
Knowing his story, but that's usually how it happens. I mean, son, I could say the same thing about my father, and I have a very interesting story that's similar to his. But I just thank the Most High for being able to see through all of those things that caused me to have issues with a Black man. I realize he has issues, but at the same time, now my heart is turned to him. I love him through it. And not to say that I'm gonna sit there and, take abuse, because I do not like pain at all. But I understand the situation and I view him, I have new eyes when it comes to him. And I have more respect for him than I had before, even though I don't have one, but my heart is different.
Anybody else?
Amen. I mean, we got to
Lisa, go ahead, please.
I'm not ready yet. I'm putting my hand down.
All right.
Clearly, he doesn't
Go ahead.
know how many
I'm sorry.
Black men
I'm sorry. Hold on, Chris. Marianne, go ahead.
Yeah, I said we got to realize our young men has been traumatized just like we were.
Mhm.
You know, we have done a lot of damage to our young men. You know, as mothers, like you said, we're they're educated and they learn a lot through us. We're the first teacher, you know, and they go by the example that we made before them. And it's hard to say, you know, if this young man, he's looking at Black woman, he's looking at the abuse or the mistreatment that he got from his mother, and that's all he's seeing her. And then here's the white woman there with welcoming arms, you know. It's like we're pushing them away. We start pushing them away at a young age because of our actions.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough. It's hard. More I gotta close out. There's more we gotta do though. Chris, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I was going to say, he said the white women go all out for them. Clearly, he doesn't know how many Black men were lynched behind messing with white women.
He actually don't care. He recognizes or understands that he watched more of the content he talks about before he even goes into all this. He talks about those things, but he don't care. He justifies the situation like, bro, you've been in 3 relationships that were 4 to 6 years each. I don't know how old he is. Okay, that's a long time. Okay, that's a long time. You telling me that's a long time. Talk about, your relationship with these white women. He don't look that old on that level. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But it's like, you know what I mean? You got 15-year relationships with white women. You know what I mean? But I want us to focus on the key thing is the fact that he's saying, looking at my mother and her ways and her behavior, I don't want that. He said how she treats me, how she talks to me, fam. Lisa, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm trying to find all my words, so bear with me. But he's so there's this part to that where men and women know to an extent how they should be handled or how they wish to be handled in a healthy environment. And when they don't get that, it hurts. So because of the pain and the trauma he never healed from with his mother, and then for him to get into a relationship with someone who looks like his mother, he's coming to this broken conclusion that anybody who looks like his mother is going to continue down this broken, sick cycle. And instead of being solution-based about it and action-based about it of what can I do for my people to cultivate a healthier mindset and environment, or what standards can I hold for myself as a man so that I don't get into relationships with women who display certain characteristics. He's like, I'm just gonna get completely out and tell you that the white woman was made for you. And there's so many issues with that. And it really hits home because I have grown up hearing this same rhetoric. And for how it hits personally is that I have a nephew who said when he was younger that he hated all Black women because of how his mother and his grandmother have behaved themselves, which was in a really horrible way. And they did behave themselves and do behave themselves in horrible ways. But I had a conversation with him, was like, that don't justify the fact that you're just going to completely give up on your people, thinking that, lumping everybody in the same basket, thinking that everybody's the same exact way, and that the only way you can escape it is if you find somebody else. Another way that they hits home is that when I was living life without the Most High, there was a dude that I was in a relationship with, and it didn't work out. He was abusive. But besides that, once I was able to break away from him by the grace of the Most High, he made this vow, and he spoke it to my whole family. I hate Black women. I don't ever want to be with no Black women. And he went off and he got married to a woman from the Philippines, and had a couple children by her, and is living his little happy wayward life. But it's just, I don't like how our people will sit up there and have all these complaints, but they won't be solution minded or action oriented about where the problem came from. When you're broken, you're focused on the person. When you look to the Most High, you're focused on a solution, because you're focused on him and his righteousness and his laws and his statutes. And so what it is supposed to highlight is how far we've fallen and how far we've missed the mark because of our disobedience. So you're going to be mad at a person, or are you going to be mad at your disobedience? You're going to be inspired to quit and to to leave and go marry another nation? Or are you going to be inspired to repent?
It's challenging, fam. I know it's challenging because it's like, this is tough, but I'm only highlighting because, again, trust me, I got something prepared for the brothers as well, because it's all full circle. It's not just the women, but we got to address the fact. First off, let's keep it 100. Who was targeted first back in the garden? Was it Adam or was it Eve?
Eve.
Hava.
Eve.
Right? Hava was targeted first. I'm going after the woman that can bear the fruit, to bear the seed, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna shut this whole thing down. I'm gonna destroy everything through the woman, right? So it's one of those things where the woman, the daughter of Zion, bears the house of Israel. Do y'all understand? Like, how you bear the house of Israel within yourself.
Yes.
That's mad deep, fam. You women bear the house of Israel in your womb. You pass down the culture of Torah down to the children. It's in your bloodline. You are the daughters of Sarah, of Rachel, of Rebecca.
Yes.
That's, you feel me?
Yes.
It's like the enemy's trying to attack y'all. Number one, because of the lack of covering over your house, the lack of proper balance in the home, the dysfunction in our homes. You have women that are being preyed upon at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. They're coming at you at 12 years old.
Yes.
Like I said earlier, you got Negroes sitting around at the bus stop and at the parking lot after school for you to come out. Hey, shorty, what's going on? You got you taking yourself to the club. You take yourself to the club and you got your little 18-year-old wristband on, and you got the 23-year-old clown that's looking at you like, absolutely. What's going on? What's your name? He don't care about you. He just want to use and abuse you. And you slow. Oh, somebody's giving me attention. And they're much older than you. 4 or 5 years older than you. And they say, okay, well, come to my place. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like, as a young man, I feel for our young brothers, because for the righteous Black man, the righteous Hebrew Israelite that's coming up of age, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, the majority of the women he will ever have the prospect of being with have already been molested, raped, or violated in some way, shape, or form, right? They've already got a pregnancy or two, or been married and or divorced. I'm telling you, I went years looking around, and every last woman that was a potential prospect for me to even be with, straight up already was either divorced with a kid or baby daddy with a kid, or got all kind of, mental trauma hangups, you know what I'm saying? Like, traumatized. So it's like, what options are there for a young man? Right? And then if you come from a home of ratchetness, you might sleep with a girl, a sister, but are you going to try to actually be in a relationship or marry one? That's right now, I'm telling you, for me, especially being in the West Coast and Pacific Northwest, you see more interracial relationships than you do anything else right now. It is as if our men have completely given up on their own women. And that's 1000%. It appears like our men completely abandoned the daughters of Zion. They'll have every busted female you could think of in the car with them. All right. So then another thing I gotta say is this, because the pressures, like, let's be real, right? And it's gotta hit this home and we'll be done with it. But the pressures of life are real. Okay. This internet nonsense jank and all the lies and deception don't mean nothing. You feel it in a gas tank. You feel it when it comes to buying groceries and food. You see it when your credit card bill is increasing overnight for no reason, and you're like, what happened? Right? Inflation's kicking your butt. You see it when they start cutting your hours or they lay you off, right? We're feeling all these life pressures, right? You feel it when they decide, hey, we're pulling out all the Walmarts from your location. Chicago, you ain't gonna have no Walmarts. Frisco, we're pulling all of our stores out your city. Because y'all are lawless. Y'all out here doing the most. Y'all out here stealing, cutting up, acting the fool. Guess what? Kick rocks. Eat the air. Good luck. Right? So when you have all these pressures coming on our households, and when I say our households, I'm primarily talking about the single Black woman who don't need no man, but she got a kid or two. They're snapping. Listen, I know those of us that are older, you know what I'm saying, your Gen X crew, we were talking about beating the kid and, y'all need a belt and a whooping, okay? But we ain't talking like what's happening right now, okay? Right nowadays, you got young mothers are literally doing the most with their children, okay? So, yes, don't get into feelings. I'm highlighting the issues that need to be dealt with, okay? I'm showing you kind of an overarching situation that needs to take place as far as things we have to address. We're going to address these issues, okay? We have to address these issues. There's a situation that took place, and it's just like, we got to do better, okay? So, and then, hold on, I got to jump in there on this one, okay? I know feminism and womanism has took a foothold within our communities with Black women. That being said, I am absolutely going to address the weakness that's within many of our men. I want to sock you in your chest. Man to man, I want to punch you straight, square in your chest, okay? Because we have become complacent. We are turning a blind eye to injustice, right? We will be more willing to record and film then protect, defend, and that's a problem. All right. You don't sit by and allow injustice to go on in your, like, what kind of man are you that you're gonna allow abuse and injustice to take place in your presence? You deaf, mute, and dumb, and don't got no and that's no excuse. So there's a lot, like, real talk, I do feel for the daughters of Zion, because your choices ain't looking too good of righteous, viable men. The example ain't being shown. Let's keep it 100. The example is not being representative of what a real man should be. But we have a situation where, I gotta be 100. The Black woman, the daughter of Zion, has gone unchecked to the point of self-destruction. And nobody can tell you nothing. Do you understand? Nobody can tell you nothing. And so therefore, a lot of Black men are walking away. And so that's what you see in these streets, because they don't want to deal with this type of behavior. But we have a situation where it's like something's mentally wrong from that trauma and abuse move. The ability to inflict trauma and abuse on our people, both men and women doing this, has gotten to new heights. And we have to we gotta figure something out here. So here's a situation where a woman cuts her daughter's hair. Okay. Now, for you as a form of punishment, let me clarify. The mother cuts the daughter's hair as a form of punishment. Okay. I'm of a way that you got to teach your child better than this. There's ways to correct your child than doing this, because all you're doing is destroying the child. Okay. So, and then you got dad just basically recording this and really not standing up for his daughter, and just, it is what it is.
About this bitch crying.
I don't care. I told you stop playing with
This motherfucker cut my baby hair out of here.
So then,
Look at that
now
shit. That shit sad. Hurt
Now
my
what?
baby feeling.
Now what?
Cause you don't hurt the dad, you hurt her
I
feelings.
do
You
my
hurt my
own
baby
girl
feelings.
hair. I
That
do
baby
my
sat
own
there
girl
for
hair.
2 about this bitch crying.
I don't care.
Why are we punishing this child when you got beef with your man?
He could be traumatized.
And even more, asking the father don't even stand up for her. It's a protection.
But Vitel, I meet you, Ian McGiller, because your speaker be on blast for some reason. You be loud. Nobody can tell the Black woman nothing, because you a boss B. That's what's happening. No one can talk to you. No one can check you on how you're moving in these streets. But we have all this lawlessness happening. We have all this lawlessness happening. All right. And then the last one on this part, and then I can't, because I was going to show the show thing, but folks, you know, the internet, they decide what they want to censor or not censor. Okay. You got the situation here that's made the news, but again, fair use. It's just a disappointing situation. Here we go. Fair use.
A disturbing video leads to the arrest of a Macon mother. Bibb County deputies say this woman, 27-year-old Samaria White,
27 years old, fam. That's a youngster. She's 27 years old, fam.
was seen on video dragging her child through the grass by her hair.
Do y'all see this?
Yes. Yes.
Those are her legs. Those are her legs. Those are her arms. If you were able to see the actual video, she's literally lifeless.
Oh my goodness.
That's lifeless, fam. That is a daughter of Zion abusing her own child.
Own child.
Ain't nothing that little girl could do to warrant that.
Nothing.
You're like, so can you imagine the level of self-hate this child's gonna have? What could I have possibly done to justify you doing this to me?
Yes. Yes.
This happened like yesterday or so. What could have justified? And you don't see the whole thing, but she's literally, you see the trail?
She's lifeless.
I'm traumatized off the whole situation. She's drugged from here. She's drugged. Who knows how far back she was drugged? She got beat down and she got drugged. And this woman is yanking her by her head. Okay.
The video, which was shared on social media, also shows the woman striking the child in the face several times, according to deputies. White was taken into custody and
what?
What could she have?
I'm gonna leave that alone. Keep going.
Is charged with cruelty to children in the first degree. The child was taken to a hospital as a safety precaution. The sheriff's office reminds you to call 911 if you see a child in need.
All right, I just
look at her eyes. Demon.
It's a lot that's going on. It's a lot that's going on. We have to make better choices and decisions. You know what I mean? This is not acceptable. What's going on? All right. One last thing, just I gotta bring it home so y'all understand the magnitude of the problems that we face. As a people, this is not just the Black woman. This is us. We need help.
Take a look for yourself. It's been shared all over social media. It was captured on a phone in Rush Copley Medical Center's lobby on Monday. The woman appears to be his mom. As she drags him, she's yelling for him to get in the corner. You can barely hear what she's saying because the child is screaming. Aurora police say everyone involved has been identified in this video. They're calling this a possible child abuse case.
Possible?
This morning, they say the 5-year-old and 2-year-old are now staying with a relative. Still, no charges have been filed. And this is it.
And no one tried to help.
Listen, we're in a culture and environment of do what thou wilt. I'm not in it. You live and let live. Listen, you can get kidnapped on the street and people can see it in broad daylight and do nothing. You got stores broken into and there's complete lawlessness and nobody cares. They're gonna film it and watch you break in and steal everything and walk out the door. Right? They watch. I gotta turn you down my door because you be loud. All right, I gotta mute you. There's a situation where the buster dude at the food joint that was like, get your food, right? He beat that woman like a man. He punched that woman like a man. There's dudes all around. Nobody stepped in to break that up. Come on, fam. Nobody stepped in to break that up.
And Moray, you know the sad thing about that? His family came out with the same color t-shirts on, and on his t-shirt it said King Knockout. Very
really.
The family, the sister was saying, yeah, he King Knockout, da 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 da. Very ignorant. Man. Yes. Very ignorant.
So, E. McGiller, stop unmuting yourself because your speakers are too loud, okay?
Oh,
I love you dearly, but I don't know why you got to turn your speakers down. It's too loud. It feeds back in.
Okay.
All right. We're almost done here. We're done. We're just pretty much done. I mean, this is a long little thing going on, but I had to kind of break this down. Ultimately, what it comes down to is we got to start looking towards solutions. All right. Please understand the enemy is strategic and tactical. This is a biblical proportions. He don't play fair and he don't care. One of the things that I recognize when looking at how the enemies of Israel move, and there's multiple angles and multiple enemies of Israel. But one of the things that I've seen that happens is this: the enemy of Israel will send his woman in to conquer nations. If you look throughout the earth, you're going to see two things. You're going to see ethnic, natural, melanated, dark-skinned people, brown-skinned people of varying shades of brown, okay? And then you're going to see people who are of a lighter complexion, okay? Now, there's some genetic stuff that's going on when you're dealing with the Nephilim and all kind of stuff, but the bottom line is that you have your ethnic, natural, God-made people, so to speak. And then you have another group of people that have come in and inserted themselves in, and they have gone into every culture, bred into that population to create a variant of themselves.
Man.
I was gonna be 100 with you. When you like look at the reason why North Africa look funny style like they do, and there's no shade, it's just, you know, it's your culture. It is what it is, right? The reason why North Africa, them folks look funny style and they call themselves Arab, is because them Turks came through, them Turco-Arab Mongol people came through, right? I'm telling you right now, the one group of people that have never been conquered is the Mongols. Gog Magog, Yajuj Majuj. Go look it up. They've never been conquered. They just changed names. They will kill everybody and wear your clothes and speak your language. Okay? And eat your food and claim to be a variant of you or claim to be you. That's what they do. Period. So you have these people going in, they went to the Christians, they conquered, took everything over. Now they're the new white European Catholic. They weren't originally there. They took over from Central Asia, came in and conquered everything. They went in, got hooked up with Esau Edom. Many of Esau Edom were actually Edomite Jews. That's where your Ashkenazi Jews come from. Your white Southeastern European Jew is a blend of Esau Edom and Gog Magog. They got like 10 different baby daddies. Okay? You go look at the Indians. Why is there a white Indian and a dark-skinned Indian? Go look at the Asians. Why is there a dark Asian called Negrito, and then you got these pale white Asians? What's happened? The enemies of Israel, how they move, they will give you their daughters. They will marry into your culture. You're going to have these mixed babies, which gives them legal right and representation to what? Your inheritance, your land, your culture, claims to parts of your history, all because you laid up with a woman from another nation. You created a new hybrid culture. And there you go. That's the reason why also in North Africa, they claim to be Caucasian. They claim to be of Caucasian genetic ancestry, but they not. They descend from Esau Edom. Us as Black Americans, Caribbean Americans, Central Americans, okay, of Israelite descent have at the root base of our genome E1B1A paternal ancestry that goes back to Israel himself. Them Arabs in North Africa, them Italians, anybody ever wonder why Italians hate us so much? Anybody ever wonder why you look at them old school videos if you were slow, not from New York or the East Coast or upstate, wonder why Italians hate black folks like we did something wrong to them?
Because they used to have blonde hair.
They descend from Esau Edom, and they know what went down with Esau Edom, and they look at us like ninjas. That's why they're quick to call you a ninja. It's like, we never didn't know Italian folks. Why y'all mad at us? But that's their history, right? So this is kind of comical. It's actually one of my favorite funny movies from back in the day, but it's very, very true. And I need y'all to recognize that this is how the enemy operates. It's strategic. So like my young brother over there was talking about, the white woman was made for the black man, all right? This is how the man actually moves and operates, okay? The man moves and operates differently than we think, okay? This is how the man thinks. Fair use.
Mr. Elias, there's been a breach. That afro, I'd recognize it anywhere. The Brotherhood is making their move, just as I expected. It's time to release our secret. I call it Black Man's Kryptonite.
What do y'all think Black Man's Kryptonite is?
A white woman.
Oh, what he say?
Booty. Booty.
No, we can get booty anywhere.
A white woman.
Black Man's Kryptonite.
I wanna be back, make that look so good. I've got things on my mind I never thought I would. I wanna be back, make that feel so good. I'm losing all my cool.
What the hell?
Oh, look at this mess. Oh, dear. Oh.
I'm so sorry. Let me help you.
Geez, that's sweet of you. If I mess up my boss's report, he's gonna have a conniption with a capital K. Penelope Snow.
Anton Jackson. I'm so sorry. Here.
Thanks, Anton. You're so sweet and cute too, in a Theo Huxtable kind of way.
Strategic, fam. Strategic,
I
fam.
could not stop laughing.
Strategic, fam.
Are you new here?
Yeah, it's my first day.
Mine too.
Really?
Yeah, I just moved here bringing nothing but my hopes and my dreams. But sometimes the big city can be so big. A girl needs friends, Anton. Would you like to be my friend?
Strategic, fam.
I can't.
Strategic, fam.
I can't right now.
You know, you and I have tons in common. I know what it feels like to be discriminated against. I mean, just because a girl has a healthy sexual appetite doesn't mean she can't do her job. They look at you, and all they see is a threatening black man. And they look at me, and all they see are my full breasts and my narrow waist that tapers to my pert backside. It's just not fair.
Here you go, folks.
Yeah.
And here's the extra mayonnaise you ordered.
Yum, yum.
Enjoy.
This is the
Oh,
best.
come on. Come on, man. What is it?
Here before Anton.
Oh,
Oh, take a bite of my sandwich.
Listen.
Get that extra
Listen,
mayo.
fam. More mayonnaise, please. All right, fam. Oh,
Wow.
goodness. Inside joke with me and my little brother, man. Oh my goodness.
I can't.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All
Wow.
right, so listen. There's a lot. I know it's comical, and you're like, okay, well, this is crazy. All right. Please understand The Most High is moving in all this tonight. Okay, I know it's late. Get off here. The Most High is moving in all this. You got to understand how your enemy operates. Do you see the white woman represented like we're represented? Do you see the white woman represented openly, okay, publicly on mainstream television? Do you see her getting represented in a ratchet light like the daughter of Zion is?
Nope, not at all.
No, not at all.
She get painted like a little angel.
Right? She nasty as hell. She be doing the most. She nasty. We know that.
Very.
She nasty. But guess what though? The daughter of Zion has been conditioned to act like her and worse than her. And we are being paid and conditioned to act out in ratchetness openly before the entire world. So that the image, the standard image of the daughter of Zion is a thotty hottie out here, you twerking at the restaurant, you twerking. I didn't even go there with the twerking at the slave site, fam. I couldn't even go there today with that. Okay, my heart couldn't take it. All right, you shaking and twerking your behind at Elmina Castle, cackling, talking about for the ancestors. You need to be you get no. Okay. But I want to hone back in on what that brother had said earlier for those, if you're wondering, because I mean, this I'm saying, I'll be getting hot. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, grandmothers wondering why you holding the whole white baby in your arms right now. For real, for real. You holding a whole white baby in your arms. That baby don't look nothing like you. Because you got multiple generations where the lineage that spawned out from you, that was born from you, don't want nothing to do with you or anything that looks like you. So in that clip, right? In that clip, you saw the grooming of an unassuming black man by the white woman. What that black man say? He said, she comes and she talks to me, she's with open arms, and she believes in me. Right? That's what you were seeing when they were at that restaurant. He was like, oh, extra mayonnaise, please. Right? Eat my sandwich. Right? He's looking at the daughter of Zion, looking at television he's been programmed to look at for 10 years of his life.
Yes.
All he's seeing is Cookie Lion with a baseball bat going ham, busting things up, shooting at folks. Hood. Booty twerking on stage. Just degrading and disrespecting herself all day long. No, nothing about her says, I want to be with that. And so now he's looking at these other women, and the other women got an eye for your man. The other woman got an eye for the men of Israel.
Yes, they do. Everywhere
And
you
I'll
go.
tell y'all on a personal level, I remember coming up, there'll be times where, and I'm gonna stop, but there'll be times where it'd be a sister with your white girlfriend for some reason. I don't know why you gotta have that one white girlfriend, okay? And that white girlfriend of yours is looking at me like, that chocolate right there, he's for me. So you got the sister and her white girlfriend. The white girlfriend is going to take a more dominant position to go after me as a black man than my own sister. My own sister looking at the ground. She can't even look at me.
Yep.
She like what I'm looking at you, and your white chocolate over there done gave you the signal like I'm claiming him for me. That's me, girl. I've seen it with my own eyes. I don't know these folks from nobody. And I've seen it where the white girl's gonna give me that look like, oh yeah, there we go. And try to take a more dominant position to engage with me in conversation than my own sister. So now you walking around with your white girlfriend taking a subordinate position to this white girl who's walking up with a whole attitude like she was made for the black man. And you just made to be alone.
Yep.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's a problem, fam.
That's a serious
So
problem.
like
Yes, it
we got work to do.
Critical.
We got work to do because you're number one, because you as a black woman, and again, I'm dealing specifically with black women on this issue. You as a black woman trying to get your coin up, trying to get your paper, you got your county job, you got your state job, you got your federal job, you done moved to a middle-class neighborhood with them white folks and them other folks up in there, and there ain't no black folks around, there's no prospects for your son. You sending your son to this white school. Don't be shocked when he's over there looking at this white girl or the Asian girl or the Mexican. Talk about, hey, mom, I found somebody. Oh, what's her name? Jacinta. Catherine.
Becky.
You know what I'm saying? What? Oh, her name is Trook. Trook Voline Win. What? And so I'm gonna continue, but I want to show something where you can see it depicted where, again, there's strategy involved, but the women of the other nations are claiming the men of Israel. They're claiming the men of Israel.
Come on, Anton. Just one little bite. Oh, Anton, I can't wait to see you in these quarter eyes.
All right, so check it out. So the white girl's dressing my man over here. What is that an example of? Culture. Do y'all see that?
Yes.
The white girl is now dressing the black man. And I've said this before about interracial relationships. And I know folks get touchy about it because you're married to a white man or a white girl or something like that. It is what it is. But it's like, in most cases, most all cases, you entered that relationship knowing that you're going to lay down your culture, your heritage, and your people in order to be in that relationship. And in many cases, you only turn on a semblance of blackness to flex and, when it suits you. But culturally, you ain't one of us. Keep going.
To see you in these quarter eyes.
Oh, you're gonna make me blush. And you might not see it.
May I help you, sir?
Hello, fellow person of color. How's it going today? What's going down?
What are you doing with that girl?
What girl?
That girl.
Oh, the white woman. I'm undercover. And sometimes when you go undercover, you have to do things you wouldn't normally do, no matter how difficult, how dangerous, how good it might have felt.
Like having sex with white girls.
Damn it, woman, would you just back off?
Attention, angry black man in khakis.
Golly, I must have tripped or something. Oh, hi, Tanja. Listen, I was wondering, do you have any Dickies? Because I couldn't find them.
Really? Perhaps we're all sold out.
Aw, that's too bad. Come on, Anton. I saw a mock turtleneck at Eddie Bauer that's perfect for you. Thanks for all your help. Bye-bye, Tanja. Bye-bye.
Bam. Bam. We're done. We're done.
If looks could kill.
Yo,
We're done,
not the
fam.
look, man. Not the look.
Hey, fam, we're done. We're done, fam. But we gotta deal with some solutions here real quick when it comes down.
Yes. Yes.
So part of the problem, I know it's hilarious. It's okay to laugh, fam. It's all right. It's funny. Part of the problem is the fact that yes, it's strategic, right? Now the black man or the Israelite man is desirable because of the anointing. Everybody knows we anointed. but we're a power team, we're a power couple. We go together. Listen, there's not going to be no black man without the black man and the black woman.
That's right.
There's not going to be no daughter. It's not going to be no black woman without the black man and the black woman. So when you start straying away and going these other ways and stuff like that, you might have an admixture, but it's like, what you doing?
Yes.
What are we doing? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So understand that their strategy, going back to the very beginning, quote unquote, the man was like, oh, I got something for this Negro. I got something for these Negroes. Black man's kryptonite. I'm gonna send my woman in to do what it do to control the Israelite. So you got sellouts and boule gatekeepers that sell us out to condition us for ratchetness, for self-destruction. You got the boule that goes in there and they literally are like, we're gonna gatekeep y'all to keep y'all like crabs in the barrel mentality. Keep y'all confused. They literally are agents of white supremacy.
Yes.
Like, I don't care. You like their music, you like their style, you like, because you know how they're being depicted, right? Like, how is Charlemagne the God? That doesn't even make no sense. How is Charlemagne the God able to interview Joe Biden? Able to interview Kamala Harris? You get what I'm saying? Your name is Charlotte. How are we gonna take these folks seriously? Your name is Charlemagne the God. You are a boule gatekeeper. Period. You know you a gatekeeper. You know what to do. You know who your boss and your master is. You know what it is. And it's like, also, why is it that every athlete, because again, your sons are taught and trained that in order to be successful, you got to throw a basketball, a baseball, a football, somebody's ball.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then lastly, like, why is it that they always end up getting with a white girl?
A white girl.
Honestly, why is that? You know what I'm saying?
Probably because it's part of their contract.
Well, a lot of stuff is not necessarily just written into a contract. A lot of it is a situation where it's unofficial, right? It's unofficial.
Okay.
Like the handlers behind the scenes. Okay.
Right.
So here we go. I don't even know how much money this dude makes, but I'm gonna share my screen here real quick and then we're gonna close out.
Everything goes to her.
All right. So can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So we got Obina and so far. Igbo man. Okay. Footballer. Married to his white partner. It's being celebrated. Fam.
Yo, you better kiss the ring. That's ugly.
Do y'all see?
Yes.
No.
Do y'all see what's going on? This is a global situation, right?
Right.
Where the daughter of Zion is not represented as one to be desired. So here you have a brother that made it out the country to be successful. He got mad money being a footballer. I don't know why them football folks make so much money, but apparently they make bank. Okay. And he's married to her. What happens when he dies?
They've taken that money.
Everything he
They've
has,
taken that
everything he built goes to her.
Goes to her.
Not
Does
the
it go to his
community.
people? Does it go to his community or his people?
No.
Do you think she's going to have any care about the house of Israel?
No.
No.
And then I don't listen. I don't know what this is about. And my African brothers. What's up with the tight pants? I don't know. I know y'all. I know y'all are a thinner build than us. I know y'all a little bit skinny, but I never understood the tight pants, man. I never understood that. But anyway, why you got the bridesmaids in the Nigerian green? We know what you're trying to do here. Why you got? They don't even look happy. Look at them. She don't even look happy. And then why, like all 2 or 3 of y'all Negroes over here, so happy, smiling? This ain't nothing to celebrate.
You're being whited out.
All right, I'm gonna stop. Stop. All right, so we got work to do as a people.
Yes.
A key part of the issue stems from the fact, again, that our open enemies are sending these women in. Number one, it's factually happening. These women are being sent in, all right? Because again, the anointing is on the house of Israel. We're a power team. We're anointed. We're the house of Israel. We're the children of the Most High Yah. So in order to break that up and to maintain control of the world, so to speak, they have to destroy the Hebrew family. So you need to understand this. The man, Uncle Sam, the government has conditioned the daughters of Zion to say, you don't need no man. You can be lawless. You can, I need y'all in your mind, I'm not going to go there for time's sake, but in your mind, go in the book of Proverbs, and what does it say about wisdom and folly? The daughter of Zion in America is represented in literal representation, like you read about foolishness in the book of Proverbs. She's loud. She's brash. She's arrogant. She's, she is a wayward woman. All those negative things are happening, right? We have to change the dynamic. So the representation of the daughter of Zion is not good. The representation of the black man, the men of Israel, is not good. Our children are being raised up, watching television, listening to the radio, watching the gatekeepers that are all throughout, and they're not seeing any positive representation. And none of us have been proactive to create or produce content that represents us in righteousness. All those TV shows that represented the family, that represented wholesomeness on some degree, have been replaced. And all that's been put forth for your children, whether you watch them or not, has been ratchetness, power in all its variations, empire in all its variations, hood content has been put forth, right? Subliminal programming. Every black cartoon character is in love with a woman outside of his own. Is paired up with a woman from another nation. On the flip side, the daughters of Zion are always paired up with another person from another nation. They don't want us coming together. So what that comes down to is this. Aside from all this drama, you and I have to come together today to begin the process of creating content, whether it be music, whether it be radio, whether it be movies, whether it be film, whether it be books, children's books, young adult books, it don't matter. Every form of content you can think of, okay? It needs to be righteous content and representation for our people. If we don't create it, it's not getting made. And you know who with the credit card is going to keep swiping for ratchetness and keep promoting ratchetness. Ratchetness, perversion, lust, lasciviousness, addiction, all those things will continue to be promoted to have ever increasing darkness. And so unless we're not going to sit around waiting for everything to crumble, what are we going to do? We have some things to do, because listen, we'll talk, and I'm done. And I'm gonna open it up for last parting words. Okay. I'm gonna open it up. So get ready. I have a 15-year-old daughter. Outside of myself, what do you think the representation she sees of a Black man in her world, if she sees him at all? Many of us are not seeing representations of us in any spaces. Okay, I'm gonna stop. But how many? Okay, I know. Destiny knows. Destiny, have you seen those cosplay conventions? Those
Yes.
anime conventions?
Yes.
All right. Did you know about that one? I think it's in Atlanta. I might be wrong, but there's a Black convention, a Black anime convention. Have you heard about that?
No.
All right. So there's a Black anime convention because all the kids love anime and manga now, right? So there's a anime convention. If you don't know, it's just like Japanese animation, right? There's a anime convention for Black folks. They had a costume contest where basically, as you have, Black folks essentially in this convention, that they get dressed up like their favorite anime characters. And then you get judged on your outfit, right? Do you know one of the years a white girl won? It's a Black anime convention that's designed to have a set apart space for Black nerds, basically, that love anime and manga and all that kind of stuff, right? So they were tired of not having representation for themselves. So they created a space for themselves. They had a cosplay costume contest. A white girl decided she wanted to enter in, and she won best costume.
And she won.
Wow, trifling.
Come on, fam. Right? So that's part of the reason why it's like you can never have nothing of your own. They don't want you to have your own space. They don't want you to have your own content. They don't want you to have nothing. Right? So all I'm saying is this: ultimately, every form of content, entertainment you could think of, we have to have righteous representation for our sons and daughters to view, because you will become what you consume. And if all you're consuming is ratchetness and violence and degradation and shake your booty everywhere you can go, you out here just showing your sexual prowess and just look at me, right? That's all you do everywhere, like every place. You just unrestrained. That's lawlessness, fam. And then you're seeing where you're seeing a lot of daughters of Zion without mates. Because they're already killing us as Black men. They're already imprisoning us as Black men. They're already trying to turn us gay and queer and confused, bisexual. So that throws you out because that's not attractive on that level to no straight woman, right? And then you got other viable Black men that are like, I don't want to be with a ratchet Black woman, because in their mind, all Black women are ratchet. So now they're looking over at the Asian, the Filipino, the Colombian white chick. They're looking for everybody but a sister. I'm gonna go fly to a whole different continent to find somebody other than you. Right? And then you have the bitterness being fostered. Again, and I'm done. Don't be surprised that when you look in the public square, which right now we're on the public square. What's the public square? Social media. Cable internet is dead, or cable internet, cable television is dead. Satellite television is pretty much dead. Everything is about the social square of social media has taken place, right? So are you shocked that there's now gender wars between black men and black women?
No.
No.
That there's what? Boule gatekeepers that are paid to foster strife and division. Men and women. They're telling you, you're seeing the programming. Please understand that everything right now is about strategic programming to control the minds. There's no more free choice anymore on that level. Everything is designed to control your thoughts and how you think. So you have the boule gatekeepers that say, okay, I need 3 or 4 or 5 prominent black women to promote interracial relationships, and that black men are trash and ain't no good and they garbage. And I need 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 black men to develop content that promotes that the black woman is trash. And I need the algorithm to boost and promote that content. Do you understand that everything's about, we're going to adjust all the things, right? So you pushing righteous content, they're like, oh, you get 1,500 views. Oh, you pushing ratchet content, you get 15,000 views. We'll promote that. So ultimately what it comes down to is this is warfare. This ain't no game. This is warfare. We in this whether we know it or not. I don't care how young or old you are, we're in warfare. So ultimately what it comes down to is this, and I'm done. We got work to do. So if you want to be part of the solution, get connected with me. We got work to do. Starting, and I'm not joking around, like when I'm coming out guns blazing. I'm coming out nuclear, okay? So if you want to be a part of the solution for the house of Israel to develop, produce, promote righteous content for little black boys and girls, little Hebrew children, young and old, everything is on the table righteously, okay? So short stories, novels, activity books, manga style content. I don't care what it is. Righteousness will be displayed and promoted for our young people to have a proper example of. Because if we don't set the proper example, the devil, Hasatan himself, will continue to feed our children death and destruction. So I'm done. That's the last thing I'm gonna say. Anybody have any last parting words before we turn this thing off? Raise your hand if you have any parting words for the house of Israel. Marianne, go ahead.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you for the lesson today. And I'm glad to be back with you guys. I know it's been a while, but I've been keeping up with you. I just been having problems connecting. And yes, I would love to be a part of the solution. I'm not into to computers and doing stuff like that, but mentoring is my thing. You know, mentoring to young women, young men. You know, I would love to get together with a group where we can do that. You know,
All right, very good. Here's the thing. Don't put limitations on what you can do. This is not just for you, it's for everybody. Don't look at your limitations at all. If you have the means and the will to do something, we'll have something for you to do. That's all I want to say. Okay. Destiny, go ahead, please, and then Ema Gillard.
Well, I love this discussion, Maury, and I will definitely work on myself because there's so much I want to do, but I just get attacked left and right, and it's like all of my plans just come to nothing. But I will definitely work on what Yah has given me. It's like given me so much, and I'm not gonna sit on it anymore because I have a bad tendency to do that. You know, like a chicken sitting on an egg. So I won't do that anymore. But praise y'all. We're all gonna get our works out for the rest of Yasharal and the children because they need it. Praise y'all. And I'm so happy about the website. I've been praying. So thank y'all for that.
Yeah, praise y'all. E. McGillis, go ahead, please.
I would love to be a part of what you're doing because in our assembly, I have started children ministry, and we also have a member of our community to write books. So I will be getting in contact with you.
All right, please do. And here's what it comes down to. I need everybody to understand this. We are Israel. This is not a clique gang or what sets you in or what your assembly is, none of that kind of stuff. I'm here to promote righteousness within the house of Israel. So it's about collaboration. It's about supporting one another. It's about promoting one another. It's not about, we're not in competition with each other. I need to stress that for everyone. This ain't no competition thing. Like you need to get slapped for thinking something like that. And the sad thing is there's some people that think like that and you need to get slapped because we're not in competition with each other. We are in a fight for the future of our children, the future generations. Like we got work to do. We got work to do. They killing us out here in these streets like this. We got work to do because the level of ratchetness is so beyond, okay, that you have young men and women being raised up thinking that it's okay to be disrespectful, to be ratchet and violent and hostile and wicked and without regard. Lisa, go ahead, please.
I just wanted to say Shabbat Shalom to everybody. I appreciate family, wherever my family is scattered throughout the entire earth. I just want to say I love you. I'm praying for you. And we are a special set apart people. And the Most High has his hand on us. And we are fully capable and fully able to do what we need to do to put our hand to the plow for our future. So I love you all.
Amen. All right. So last thing I'll say about this is this. If you're a young person within Israel, this is an opportunity for you too. Like you got some uncles and some aunties and you got fam out here that's willing to support you in your vision and righteousness. Okay. Because this ain't just trying to like get internet famous or get clout, clicks and views and be popular or make some bank. No, this is about us doing what's needed for the house of Israel, because if we don't do it, it's not going to get done. All right. So I don't care if you're 15 years old. Hear me? I don't care if you're 13 years old right now. I don't care if you're 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I don't care. If you want to do something righteous for your people, let's get to work. All right. Y'all know how to find me and get a hold of me. So let's get this work done. I'm gonna tell you right now, like I said earlier before we went live, and that's that I'm not trying to sit up here and just politic and debate folks and strive over doctrine and spin my wheels. Going forward, it's about putting in this work. And then when you see me next time type of move, you're going to see the work. You're going to see the fruit. You feel me? That's how gangster we're going to be, that by the time you see me, it's going to be like almost like on a weekly basis, something new to be revealed to the house of Israel.
Hallelujah.
Every week. You're going to be like, do y'all sleep?
Yes.
You're going to be like, do y'all sleep?
It's time.
All right. Y'all have a good night. Be blessed, fam. Get some rest. Good night.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom,
Shabbat
everybody.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Rest well, fam.
Shabbat Shalom, fam. Abba, y'all bless everyone with restful sleep this night. May they be renewed in their strength, and may you give them visions and dreams as they rest this evening to truly understand and comprehend all that we've gone over this day. And may they be blessed by the hearing of the word that's gone forth. And may you again strengthen and edify them. And if anyone is in pain, and if anyone is in need of a healing or restoration of mind, I pray that you are able to heal them and that you do heal them, that you send forth your Malachim to restore them this night. And I pray this now in the name of your Son, our King, Messiah, and Intercessor, Yahushua HaMashiach. Amen.
Amen.